And here we go, 6 o'clock exactly at the MJ Morning Show. MJ and Fester. Couple of things right off the bat here. Did you see that Pope Leo is related to Justin Bieber and Madonna?
Wow.
We'll get into that later on. I'm like, holy crap. Like the Madonna thing's like ninth cousin or something. I don't even know. How do you even figure that out?
I mean, there's a chart for it.
I mean, how do I know I don't even know who my second cousins are. You know what? I might know one second cousin, but ninth cousin? All right, to me, that's kind of interesting. I do find that somewhat fascinating. Oh, Fester.
Yes.
You strike me as the type of individual that eats a lot of UPFs.
Yes. Yeah, you would be correct.
Do you know what a UPF is?
I do.
All right, what is a UPF?
An ultra pasteurized or ultra processed food.
Totally different.
Well, no, I drink milk that's double pasteurized.
Wait a minute.
UP.
Hold on.
They're both food terms.
Yeah, but processed and pasteurized. It's totally. Do you know what is pasteurization? Can you describe when you see that on orange juice or on milk? Pasteurized. Do you know what that means?
It doesn't mean they heat it up or anything. I don't know. They put it through a thingamajigger. Like, you're not supposed to drink raw milk. You're supposed to drink pasteurized milk.
Right. So
if you drink milk at all.
And what is it again?
What's the question?
What is pasteurization?
I don't know. It's a process. This is
what is the process?
It's where they take they I don't know. They pasteurize it. I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know.
What is it?
They take it and they put it up their butt. And then I'm telling you, I don't know. So any answer I give you now is a made-up answer. Yeah, describe the pasteurization process.
Come on.
They put it in those big metal silos.
Who invented pasteurization?
The Pilgrims.
No, they didn't. What are you talking about?
Oh.
The Pilgrims did not.
I'm sorry.
That's
Columbus.
No,
Columbus
did not invent pasteurization.
Sacagawea.
No, it's not Sacagawea. Come on. Pasture. Pasteur.
What? Pasteur. Is that a French word?
It is French. Pasteur.
Napoleon.
You're getting closer at least. That is incorrect, but you're getting closer.
King Louis.
No.
Third, I don't know.
Hold on. You got Louis in there at least.
King Louis. I know King Louis.
Come on. Louis.
The 14th.
No, it's
the 15th.
No.
Higher or lower? Is it a Louis?
It is a Louis.
Marquis de Lafayette.
No.
These are all the French people I know from like 200 years ago.
Next, you're going to bust into Cajun Fester because of the French connection there.
Is it? Let me tell you something. It's not an accident we call it Lafayette Square.
Louis Pasteur.
Oh, the guy's name's Pasteur?
Are you kidding me? You didn't know that Louis Pasteur? You didn't learn this like in fourth grade?
No, you know what? They don't review the pasteurization process in fourth grade.
Well, listen, the only reason why I'm going down this rabbit hole
is Pasteur. I bet you there are kids that go through all school, including college, and never hear the name Louis Pasteur.
That is not true. That is not true.
Oh, my
Pasteurization is named after a French scientist by the name of Louis Pasteur. And the pasteurization process is the heating up of the milk in order to kill the bacteria. That's what, in a nutshell, simplified form, that's what pasteurization is. And listen, all this because I was asking you if you knew what UPF was.
I swear on everything that I thought pasteurization was because cows
are in the pasture.
They graze the I had no idea there's a Louis Pasteur.
Come on, you never heard of what?
MJ, I bet you could load the phone lines right now full of people who've never heard of Louis Pasteur.
What about Madame Curie?
She invented.
What about
curry?
Jonas Salk? Do you know just basic science?
I know who Jonas Salk is.
Who's he?
He did the polio vaccine.
That is true, but I mentioned that like a week ago, so that's where you picked that up.
I've known that. All
right, well, it's good. At least you know something.
And I know that Edison is credited with the light bulb.
Right.
And I know that
and the talking disc,
and George Washington Carver is peanut butter. I believe.
George Washington Carver is peanut butter? I don't know.
I think George Washington Carver.
Anyway, listen, I was starting this out with something of real benefit.
So UPFs is ultra-processed foods.
Ultra-processed foods.
Right.
And what I said like 3 minutes ago was, when I think of UPFs or ultra-processed foods, I think of Pasteure.
Like those Pop-Tarts you eat. That's an ultra-processed.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when Pasteure said ultra-pasteurized. I mean, totally different. I saw an item yesterday, and it's like ultra-processed foods just trigger stronger cravings for even more junk food. So when I look at you, I see, like, you know the old cartoons where, like, the lion sees something walking and it's like a chicken leg?
Yeah.
You know, when I look at you, I just see, like, walking ultra-processed foods. I see, like, a box of Pop-Tarts with legs just walking when I look at you.
Clarified that, because a chicken leg would not be ultra-processed. That actually would be quite direct.
Well, it depends on what the coating could be. You could be using an ultra-processed breading.
Like those nuggets. Those are processed. But
oh, yeah. A lot of foods are processed.
One of my favorite UPFs.
Right.
Oreos.
Oh, that would be an ultra-processed food, absolutely.
Good luck eating two.
Do you know how much ultra-processed ingredients must be in an Oreo? The reason why I bring this up is eating ultra-processed foods is linked to structural changes in the brain regions that control hunger cravings and decision-making, potentially making it harder to resist them over time. These brain changes appear to be driven both by weight gain and direct effects from inflammation and poor metabolic health, including higher blood sugar, triglycerides, and C-reactive protein levels. And I just look at you, I see all of this crap.
So do I.
I see a walking Oreo.
It's like
I see a walking Little Debbie snack cake.
It's like we're playing the $100,000 pyramid. And the answer is Pasteure?
Yeah.
And you're just saying, ultra-processed foods, inflamed, addicted to junk food, and the answer is me.
You know, people loved it when we... I had a lot of... When did we do the pyramid game?
I think
A couple of weeks back, and I'm playing the... And what was that? Do you remember?
Was it the Diddy trial? And I was like, baby oil.
Things in a Diddy trial.
Rap mogul.
That's right. We did a whole series. That was funny. Hey, Andrew, do you have that written down? Do you have that whole segment when Fester and I were playing the pyramid game? Do you know where that is to find that? Could you find that? If I needed you to find that, could you find that? Because I tell you, I meant to make a comment.
Make a note of it.
Make a note. Please make a note of it. You know, I missed that lady on the phone. You know, the number you have reached, that has been changed. The new number is, please make a note of it. Yeah, I missed that lady. Yeah, if you could find that, because I had a lot of people comment. I had a bunch of DMs on my Instagram. I had a bunch of emails. People saying, oh, man, that Fester pyramid game that you played, that was great. So I don't know if we can find that. That might be good for the archives or, good for a best of show. We've got no summer plans. Yeah, Michelle's passport expired.
Oh, no.
So, if we decide to go somewhere and try to get some last-minute bargain, she can do an expedited passport and probably get one in a couple of weeks. But right now, we've got no freaking summer plans. Oh, let me just mention at the top of the show, I'm excited. I'm grateful. The MJ Morning Show, #1 again in May. So the Nielsen ratings came out yesterday, the monthly ratings. And that's 2 months in a row. So, once could be a fluke. All right. All right.
I mean, anything can happen once.
Well, listen, we've had since the beginning of the year, we were #1 in January. We were like number 2 or 3 in February. March, I was gone for 2.5 weeks scuba diving. I think we fell to 6. April, #1 morning show. So the MJ Morning Show, #1 in the Tampa Bay market. #1 persons 25 to 54, according to Nielsen ratings. We were #1 in April, and the May numbers just came out yesterday. The MJ Morning Show again, #1. The #1 choice for morning radio listening is this dumpster fire right here.
Amazing.
The MJ Morning Show. All right, back in a minute. It's a loaded Wednesday. Traffic's on with Schreiner. MJ Morning Show back in a minute.
We have an accident.
Most people know I've always liked this band. 800-990-1047. Is there anyone listening that can identify that bumper music? Anybody?
So is it a band?
It's a band. Yes, it's a band.
Hold on. Is it a band or is it like a music
No.
group?
It's
because it sounds like,
hold
like
on.
an orchestra.
Is it a band or a music group? What are you saying?
like-
A band is a music group.
No, like an instrumental band. Because there's no
No,
singing.
It's a rock band.
Is that like an intro to a song?
No, it's a break in the song. It's sort of it's in the middle of the song.
Okay.
All right, does anyone know what that is? 800-990-1047. Anybody? 800-990-1047. By the way, Fester just said, our listeners are crazy.
Yeah, they're really nuts.
I love this. This is fantastic. So I asked, hey, when did we play that impromptu, spontaneous pyramid game? And you have what? Hold on, Andrew, you have what queued up? Hold on. Turn. You have the pyramid segment queued up?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you want to hear it?
Hold on, we do.
Hold on.
Eventually.
Hold on. You haven't. So Fester starts getting texts from listeners. We do the show and we have no idea when the hell we did the spontaneous $20,000 pyramid game. And listeners are texting Fester the exact date that we did it.
Did you know, Andrew, or did we tell you?
Andrew, how did you know when we did the pyramid game?
It's magic.
Okay.
He must have written it down because he keeps
he keeps a log.
Yeah, he keeps a log.
Okay,
But-
so was it on June 4th?
Shortly after 8 o'clock.
All right, so are you on the air with that?
Yeah,
because
it's okay.
I can't tell.
So a little after 8
All
a.m.
right.
on June 4th, I have a listener who just sends me texts occasionally to my phone.
Right.
If it helps Andrew, it was June 4th for the pyramid game.
How does the listener know that?
I have no
How
idea.
the hell did a listener
no
know that
idea.
we did the pyramid game on June 4th? Hey, did anyone call up to guess the bumper music? Nobody called. I saw the phones ringing, Andrew.
I did have one person call, but he didn't want to stay on hold.
Did he know the song?
Yeah, yes, he knew who the band is, yes.
And he wouldn't stay on hold for 2 seconds? What kind of short attention span a-hole is that?
Yep, tell MJ this is the band I know, and I can't stay on hold for 30 seconds for it. I'll listen to him all morning, but I can't hold on to talk to him for 10 seconds.
God. All right.
All right, so what band is it?
It's Slade.
I've never.
Come
I
on.
don't think I've ever heard of Slade.
Get out of here.
Play me one thing they play.
All right. This is another one of my favorite Slade songs. And I use this as bumper music. Do you know this?
Is this where they scream? Yeah, there it is. There's the scream. That's what I was
This
talking
is Run, Run Away. Run, run away.
Okay,
run away.
I don't know it well.
By the way, Slade is the band that originally recorded and wrote
Come on, feel the noise.
Come on, feel the noise.
Back in 72.
Yeah. Slade is the band that wrote and originally recorded Come on, feel the noise. Yes, rock it, boys. And, of course, that was made a hit by Quiet Riot. Anyway, it's a British band.
Okay.
Yeah, Slade.
All right.
Yeah.
So you played what
So
song?
so I use this as bumper music. Run, Run Away. And that's the single version without the longer drum intro. And then the other one I played is a song that they do my old bumper music. So, all right, now back to the pyramid. Hold on a minute. We're completely off course of what I had penciled in to do so far this morning.
What's today? Today's the 18th.
It's going to be one of those shows today. So the Fester MJ Pyramid game, which I forgot how it even came about, but Andrew has it queued up from apparently shortly after 8 a.m. on June 4th. Okay, roll it, Andrew.
Let's play the $100,000 pyramid. Come on.
Wait a sec. All right, here we go. You're in the winner's circle.
Yes. All right. All right. So it comes in a bottle. It's a plastic bottle, often clear. Johnson & Johnson makes it. It makes bodies glisten. Makes things really slick.
Baby oil?
Yes. Baby oil. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So it's a box that's on the side of buildings.
Yes.
And you go from one floor to the other.
Yes.
There's buttons in it. And the doors open and close.
Elevator.
Yes. Okay. So it's a sheet. It's a sheet, but it's not a sheet. It's absorbent. It dries water.
Right.
And you wrap it around you when you're naked.
A towel.
Yes, a towel.
Okay.
Yes. Huh?
You gotta do lube.
Okay, so sometimes comes in a tube, sometimes comes in a jar. Often referred with the term astro something.
Astroglide. Lube.
Yes, lube. It's brown and it's paper.
Yes.
And it's you put things in it like at a grocery store or a liquor store.
Yeah.
Brown bag.
Yeah.
It's gonna go with money.
You could have done like the bribe money. Like that was the bag. That was the bag for the bribe money. Okay. All right. Yeah. They were talking about the P. Diddy trial, and the last thing was the bribe money because didn't P. Diddy bribe? There were two bribes.
The hotel worker,
a security guard got bribed. So a security guard got bribed, and then I think there was like a $10,000 or a $20,000 bribe to like a security officer at the hotel, and then wasn't there like a $100,000 bribe to suppress the video from 2016 where Diddy was kicking the crap out of Cassie Ventura in the hotel elevator hallway area? So that's what. So that was the spontaneous. We got to do that more.
What led up to it, though?
We were talking about Diddy or something.
What was the two sentences before I said, let's play the $100,000 pyramid?
Andrew, do you have that queued up by any chance? Is that available? Hold on. Andrew says, give him a couple of moments.
Okay,
but that's a good question. What triggered us to do spontaneous $20,000 or $25,000? There were multiple iterations. I was a kid, I think it was like when I was a little kid, I think it was the $10,000 pyramid.
And then it jumped up.
Oh, then it was like, we'll double it, the $20,000 pyramid. Then it was like the $25,000 pyramid. Then it became the $100,000. Like now with Michael Strahan taking over for Dick. Remember, Dick Clark used to be the host of that when I was a kid.
That's right.
And then Michael Strahan now does the pyramid with like the ABC like old school game shows that they've kicked back up. And with Michael Strahan doing the pyramid, what dollar amount is it? Is it? It's the $100,000 pyramid.
Yes.
All right. So with Strahan, it's the $100,000 pyramid. All right, Andrew, do you have the genesis of? All right, roll it. Let me hear it.
Right at that meeting, Diddy asked him, "Is this the only copy?"
And he said, "Yeah."
He said, "Yes."
But obviously it wasn't because, remember, a couple of years back, CNN got a leaked video from the 2016 incident.
Oh, man, I would have kept blackmailing P. Diddy.
Holy crap. So we thought, we had heard that like a security guard was paid like 10 grand or something. Turned out that he got $100,000.
Yeah.
I mean, you've heard of the $100,000 pyramid. This is the $100,000 give me the video that I just beat up Cassie Ventura in front of the elevators at the hotel game. Wow.
All right, it's a lotion. It's slick. It's clear.
Oh,
it makes your body glisten.
Wait a second. Hang on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Let's play the $100,000 pyramid. All right, there we go.
There it is. That's how the bit started.
MJ, you're not going to believe this.
But I'll tell you what, we need to do in the future, whenever anyone has an idea, we ought to do spontaneous pyramid. Because I've got the music right at my fingertips.
Why waste it? I mean, we have the music.
Right.
I am on the $100,000 pyramid with Michael Strahan contestant casting site.
Oh, you're on the webpage?
We should enter.
Welcome to the contestant casting page for the $100,000 pyramid. We're excited to consider you as a potential contestant and wish you luck in the casting process. Please make sure you read all of the instructions carefully and be as detailed as you can on the application. The more info you can give us, the better we can get to know you. You must be at least 21 years of age and a legal resident of the United States to apply. Well, that excludes a bunch of the folks I see on Saturday mornings at the Home Depot.
So
in the parking lot.
They're not going to be entering.
No, well, also, guess this could be a whole ICE target right here, with what's going on these days.
They clearly say you must be a legal resident.
Now accepting completed application forms for Season 8. Click here to apply now.
MJ, what if they picked us?
You know what they need to do? When you click here, it ought to just go. Hey, listen, I was on remember I was on Hollywood Squares?
Yes.
In the early 2000s with Tom Bergeron, I was on Radio Week where they brought in radio shows from around the country. And some dude from Tulsa kicked my ass because he had the easiest damn questions. Mine sucked. His had definite answers.
Right.
Mine were random
answers or
no, what's the word I'm looking for? He had definite answers,
right?
And mine were
subjective.
There was another word I'm looking for, but subjective is a good term.
They poll 100 people, and what's the percentage that got the most answers?
Hey, do you want to hear a problem? So with the whole situation with Israel and Iran,
that's a problem.
With the whole issue with the Israelis going after the nuke sites, and listen, I think we can all agree that, and it doesn't matter where you are on the political scale, most people agree that Iran, with the maniac religious mullahs running the joint and the Ayatollah, that they should not get a nuclear bomb. They have said that that their goal is to wipe Israel off the face of the earth, so they cannot get a nuclear bomb. The world agrees that the Iranians should not get a nuke. Anyway, let me tell you what needs to be fixed. Do you know about the pizza issue?
Iranian pizza?
No, nothing to do with Iran pizza, but there was an indication. So just before the Israelis went after Iran with their surprise raids and targeting, obviously we knew what was going on. Activity at the Pentagon, inside the walls of the Pentagon, activity flourished. Activity at the Pentagon shot through the roof, and pizza orders all over the area in Northern Virginia, in Arlington. Suddenly, pizza orders all over, local pizza shops near the Pentagon. The orders for pizza shot through the roof, and there's a tracker site. It's something called We the Pizza. There's and it shows you when pizza shops are busy. And just before the Israeli strike on Iran, pizza orders went through the freaking roof, which is an indication. So we the Pizza, I think, is a store. So I'm just looking at there's some kind of an aggregation.
Just a pizza tracker or a pizza volume of business in the stores. MJ,
yeah,
you have to feed the commanders in the Pentagon,
right? So We the Pizza, I think, is a popular pizza place, but I guess for whatever reason, there's some kind of pizza tracking that shows that just before the Israelis went after Iran, that pizza orders went through the roof near the Pentagon and near the White House, and we got to fix that, because if that information is available, then that cat is out of the bag. You can't be ordering pizzas and like let our foes, our enemies, know that something's afoot, that something's going on. Something as simple as pizza orders for pizza shops near the Pentagon suddenly are skyrocketing, indicating that they knew that something was going on at the Pentagon.
Yeah,
because they're ordering tons of pizzas.
You can't plan catering for war, can you? No.
Anyway, that probably needs to be fixed.
Or they need to work in Chinese food every now and then. Nope. All's quiet on the pizza front. And then they're making General Tso's
Indian food, or,
mix it up.
Yeah. Get some shawarma.
Dude, love shawarma.
Yeah.
Working some burritos.
All right, 6.
Welcome to Moe's. Get some subs from Jimmy John's. Do something
else.
Do
we know why the Moe's closed in your old shopping center where you used to own the tanning salon on Dale Mabry and Neptune? Dale Mabry and Neptune, right across from the Publix. You got Cold Stone in there, and the Moe's closed. It's just empty now.
I don't know. A lot of those fast casual Mexican places have fallen to Chipotle.
All right, 6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, the early morons of the news are next. Got a great pile of morons in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, when it happens, I'm going to make it very, very easy for you. When it happens to your garage door, you're going to know exactly what to do. No panic, no fear, no fretting. You'll know exactly what to do when your garage door breaks. You have a spring that's sprung. You got a busted spring, a busted tension cable, whatever. Opener's not working right. You got a panel all cockeyed. When you need garage door service, you need Banco. Bank on the best. Bank on Banco. BancoDoors.com. Around since the 1980s, over 40 years. Family-run company based right here in Tampa Bay. It's not one of these garage door companies like another big one that you hear advertised, owned by private equity, 26 states away from us. No. Banco is local, best crews in town, honest service. They know what they're doing. You mention me, MJ, you'll get 10% off. So call them up, say, hey, what can I get 10% off on when I mention the MJ Morning Show? So any garage door issue, when you need service, it's BancoDoors.com. Mention me, MJ, 10% off. BancoDoors.com. Tell them MJ sent you. Traffic's on here. Shriner, morons in the news next. Gotta love the
All right.
Let me jot that down. Father's Day. Let me just write that on my little list here so I don't forget. Yeah, something about Father's Day that I didn't bring up, which I shall bring up. But this happened on Sunday. This was not a good Father's Day look. Miami man accused of shooting his dad on Father's Day weekend. That's not good.
Happy Father's Day, Pop.
Yeah, 25-year-old man accused of trying to kill his father in Miami. Yeah, Miami police officers reported arresting Adrian Garcia early Sunday morning. According to neighbors, at least 2 gunshots were heard at the home. Yeah, Local 10, which is WPLG, ABC down in Miami. Apparently, they were told by an eyewitness that responding officers were initially met with people who were telling them about conflicting information. Detectives were able to sort out what they think happened. This dude faces a felony charge of attempted murder with a deadly weapon. Yeah. Happy Father's Day, Dad. Yeah. So,
Dad, I got you 2 bullets.
Yeah, a neighbor said the victim's wife had remained at his side at Jackson Memorial following the shooting. So I guess he didn't die. I guess he's being treated at Jackson Memorial. I'll tell you, that place is a zoo. My bro Drew worked at the zoo. Yeah, so my brother, when he was in medical school, he did some rotation at Jackson Memorial down in Miami, and he said that was like the worst hospital as far as just crap happening, stuff coming in. He said that was like the worst. It was it was mayhem. They were mayhem well before the Allstate guy.
I mean,
all right.
On Father's Day, they had some guy come in looking like a colander.
Yeah.
Because his son shot him.
Yeah. Hey, listen to this. And this is common. I know this is huge up in New York. I'm sure people do it here. You know, some people, if they work all day and they have a dog, some people will drop their dog off at doggy daycare. You've heard about that.
There's a lot of that. You know, we have a kennel that we drop our dog off at when we leave town.
Right.
And they have options
just for the day.
Yeah.
There are people that right now,
they have memberships.
As we speak, there are people dropping off dogs right now at doggy daycare, and then they'll pick them up at 5 o'clock or 5:30 or whatever. So plenty of people do doggy daycare, and I think it's a great thing. I think it's fantastic. You also have dog walkers. People that don't want to do doggy daycare will have dog walkers.
That's less common around here.
That'll roll into it's big in New York, and you'll see, and I never got this, living in the city, for a couple of times, in my life, back in the early 90s, then, mid-20 teens, you see this a lot. You see the dog walkers that are walking like 5, 6, 7 dogs. And a lot of times they'll tie the dogs up outside while they run up and get the next dog to walk. And I'm like,
that's crazy.
What if someone just takes the dog? It drove me crazy. So dog walking is a big deal in certain parts. And I'm sure there are dog walkers locally here in the Tampa Bay area that will go to someone's house. They have a key. They'll go in. They'll grab the dog, walk the dog. And I'm maybe several times a day. I'm sure that there are services that do that here in the Tampa Bay area. Listen to this. because this one happened in Colorado. This is not some huge, big metropolis like Manhattan or L.A. A Colorado dog walker hired through a popular app. I didn't even know there's a dog walker app. Do a search on that. What? Find me a dog walker app.
Walker app.
Listen to this. So somebody hires the dog walker and they have access to the home. And these days, you have the digital locks and everything. You can give someone just the digital code to get into your house. The dog walker went into the house and took more than just the dog for a walk. Dog walker ripped off the individual for over $500,000 in jewelry.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so the jewelry walked out of the house along with Fluffy.
Do better, dog walker. All right, there's a bunch of apps. I typed in dog walker app.
Oh, Rover and Wag.
Rover, Wag, Pet Backer, Scout for dog walkers.
What about rip off your jewelry? Is that one? So a Colorado dog walker has been arrested. Stole $500,000, some irreplaceable jewelry, and sold about $30,000 of it to pawn shops who melted the gold down.
That's a sketchy pawn shop.
God.
They get the gold and melt it down instantly.
Oh, yeah. The victim, who declined to give her name for safety reasons, told CBS Denver that she met the alleged thief, Azor Foster, 36, on the popular dog walking app Rover.
That's the first one that popped up.
Yeah, Rover. I'm going to rover around your house and go through your drawers and steal your jewelry.
Rove right to your jewelry case.
Exactly.
So here's the thing about dog walkers.
Yeah.
And I know they're fine human beings and their parents love them and all that. But if you've risen to the rank of dog walker in this life, I'm thinking some things just haven't worked out.
Why do you say that?
I mean, you're 30,
maybe,
you're 36.
Maybe someone loves pets.
Sure, you love pets. Maybe you get a job as a vet tech or you work in a kennel. But to be 36 and the job is just walking OPDs.
The victim told CBS in Denver that she dog sat for us, walked the dog for us a couple times. Eventually, we started using her just to come into the house and do just dog walking, water the plants. Foster took items piecemeal over several months. Oh, so instead of just ripping off just kind of wander into the bedroom. I'm going to water this ficus. I'm going to water the ficus.
Ficus looks thirsty.
And then I'm going to wander into the bedroom and just I'm not going to make it obvious. I'm just going to pilfer some an item on Wednesday. Then I'll wait till 2 weeks later. I'll rip something off on a Monday. Eventually they're going to notice that $500,000 in jewelry is missing.
I mean, unless they had so much of it. I mean, how slow are they behind the game? She's
been
taking
she
it for months.
Took the items piecemeal over several months, according to the victim, trying to avoid detection. Months went by before the homeowner noticed that her precious items were missing. She stole diamond necklaces. She stole diamond tennis bracelets. There had been no break-ins, no unusual people in the house.
Yeah, her. She was the unusual person.
Well, that's what they figured out. The victim then called the Denver police. Investigators were able to track the dog walker down through pawn shops. They poured over transaction records that contained fingerprints, photographs, like surveillance video from the pawn shops. She allegedly pawned about $30,000 worth of stolen jewelry. Yeah, some of the pieces were one of a kind and cannot be purchased again. Yeah, so she's in trouble, charged with felony theft. Throw her in prison. Throw her. You know what? Out in Colorado, in Florence, what do you have?
Supermax.
That's right. That's right. Throw her in Supermax. You put her right next to...
Kaczynski's out there.
No, he died.
He died?
Yeah, Kaczynski's dead. The Unabomber's dead. He died like 2 years ago.
Let's see, Terry Nichols is out there.
Yeah, you got a bunch of bad guys.
The Boston Bombers are out there.
Yeah, well, there's only one Boston Bomber left.
That's right.
One didn't make. One brother didn't make it.
That's right.
The other one did. You got some terrorism folks out. I mean, you got a whole bunch of
really bad people out there.
Throw this bitch in Supermax stealing people's one-of-a-kind precious heirloom jewelry. Shame on you! Shame, 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 shame on you!
Did this victim think she just had like the most amazing dog walker who always walks her dog on time? She's great. She always walks Fido.
Unbelievable. Hey, you always hear about like a passenger getting in trouble for like touching or roughing up or battering a TSA agent.
Uh-huh.
What about when you flip the script? What about when a TSA agent gets busted for roughing up a passenger? Right here in Florida, a TSA agent arrested for assaulting a 79-year-old passenger at Fort Lauderdale. Man, I might have had contact. I've been in and out of Fort Lauderdale 20 times in the last year. With my dad, kind of ailing. I've been going to Fort Lauderdale quite a bit. I've been at the airport a ton of times. So I might have seen this TSA officer. So she's accused of roughing up a 79-year-old passenger at Fort Lauderdale and forcefully pushing her. Janiyah Wilson Robinson, 21, of Margate.
You don't want to mess with Janiyah.
Was taken into custody following the incident at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport at FLL. The station, Channel 10 WPLG, cited a Broward Sheriff's Office arrest report, said that Wilson Robinson attacked the woman who's from Palm Beach Gardens. That's where my parents used to live, up in PGA. Forcefully pushing her, causing her to fall to the ground and hit her head. My God. The passenger who was at the airport that day traveling on a JetBlue flight suffered minor bruising. It wasn't clear what led to the confrontation. Yeah. Usually it's a passenger that has inappropriate contact with the TSA agent. I mean, when's the last time you heard of a TSA agent shoving a 79-year-old, a near octogenarian, to the ground?
I tell you what, man, TSA, I think that's just a high-stress job.
It is. Oh, by the way, I want to say hi to, I forgot about this, Marvin.
Oh, Marvin.
Last time I traveled to Fort Lauderdale a couple of weeks back, I'm at TSA. We did a late Friday flight. So Julian and I flew out to see my dad. We did a Spirit flight like at 9:24 p.m. Spirit 9:24, Tampa International to Fort Lauderdale, to KFLL. And we're at TSA, and Marvin says, "Hey, Schnit, MJ." Listens every morning.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if anyone knows Marvin, the TSA dude, so what is that? Spirit's Airside A. So I'm sure they rotate him around. So he was at Airside A a couple of Fridays back. So Marvin, the TSA dude at Tampa International, really nice guy, longtime MJ Morning Show listener, used to listen to my syndicated afternoon show as well. Could not have been nicer. Nicest guy. Marvin TSA, and I'm going to tell you right now, Marvin would never shove a 79-year-old woman to the ground.
Oh, but he'd rough you up a little bit.
Marvin was as nice as could be.
He'll take a page out of Janiyah's book.
Yeah. Marvin, it was very nice to meet you. Marvin, Mr. TSA, very, very nice to meet you.
You want to know who you don't meet? You don't want to meet Janiyah.
No, you don't want to meet Janiyah.
No.
Janiyah would kick me in the balls.
She don't play.
She'd kick me in the crotch. Maybe I should say that instead.
Is 21 young
that's
for
yeah,
a TSA agent?
Seems a little, well, listen.
I mean, what's the minimum age? Is it 18 to be a TSA agent? I don't know. It just seems like a bunch of middle-aged people are TSA agents. I don't know.
Yeah. So the passenger received an ice pack.
Oh,
what did TSA have ice packs handy? Supervisor rushed in with an ice pack.
How much does Spirit charge? Oh, no, JetBlue. She was on JetBlue. Never mind.
She was on JetBlue.
JetBlue probably doesn't charge for ice packs.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a terrible story. Yeah, she was charged with aggravated battery on a person 65 or older. So she gets the enhanced charge of like hitting an elderly person.
Is her TSA career over?
I would say so.
Or does she go back for retraining?
And I'm going to make sure she's on the no-fly list now as well. How about that? All right, 6:54 at the MJ Morning Show. 7 o'clock hour starts next. Hey, I've got a quiz for you and for everyone else. Also, I got to talk about billionaire poop. Billionaires poop, folks. This. I just cracked up when I heard this. Billionaire poop. The fight over billionaire poop. Also, we got a baby shower that turned ugly. We got all kinds of stuff coming up. Don't move. Back in minutes. MJ Morning Show on Q105. 104.7 FM. Hey, when it's roofing repair time, there is one company that I can recommend, and that's Westfall Roofing. It's going to happen if you own a home. You're going to need a roof repair, or at some point, you're going to need an entirely new roof. Why? Because the average life of a roof in the Tampa Bay area or in Florida is about 15 to 20 years. And I'm going down the road of needing a new roof pretty soon here because my roof is actually a little over 20 years old. So I'm in the zone. So Westfall, they've done some repairs on my roof, but it's going to be time for a roof replacement at some point. So what company do I use? I use Westfall. What company should you use? Any roofing issue. Hey, we're getting pelted with rain. Rainy season's arrived, so if you've got a leak, you call Westfall. Any roofing issue, call westfallroofing.com. That's westfallroofing.com, and tell them that MJ sent you, westfallroofing.com. Again, I want to welcome a brand new sponsor to the MJ Morning Show. Clearly very, very smart individuals. I want to welcome Miracle Toyota. So where's Miracle Toyota? Miracle Toyota is out in Polk County. They're in Haines City. Got a ton of listeners in Polk County. Hey, Polk County, this is what I need you to do. I need you to show the MJ Morning Show some love. And when you need a Toyota, you're in Lakeland, you're in Winter Haven, wherever you are in Polk County. Or listen, maybe you're in, eastern Hillsborough County. Hey, and you're looking at a Toyota, go shop at Miracle Toyota and get a phenomenal deal. So it's a great operation. I know the owner, Mike Murphy of Miracle Toyota, really great guy. Listen, bottom line is when you need Toyota, you want to go to Miracle Toyota. If you're out in Polk County, mention the MJ Morning Show. If you test drive any vehicle, you can register to win a generator for hurricane season. If you buy any Toyota, you'll get a free Honda generator for hurricane season. Miracle Toyota on 27 in Haines City, and tell them that MJ sent you. Traffic's on. Here's Shriner. MJ Morning Show back in a minute.
We already have a couple of accidents this morning. The first one on I-4 westbound at Mango Road with the left shoulder blocked, and traffic is already backed up to Thenona-Sassa Road. The other is on I-75 south at Gibsonton Drive. The shoulder is blocked there, and traffic is backing up to 301. Keeping you updated, I'm Shriner. Traffic brought to you by the aggressive attorneys Winters and Yonker.
Renewal by Anderson Windows and Doors. Superior products. Exceptional service. BestWindowsFlorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
What's the Anna Jar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anna Jar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
Main office, Tampa.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot with up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $600 off select appliances with free delivery like GE Profile. Simplify your routine with GE Profile appliances, from refrigerators with autofill pitchers and multiple dispensing options to all-in-one washer-dryer combos that can wash and dry a full load in under 2 hours. Shop 4th of July savings on top brand appliances now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid June 18th through July 9th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
It's here, it's now. It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. Mention me, MJ, to secure the deal or book online at ZeroResTampaBay.com.
Oh, you got that hard water here in Florida. Make sure the water coming into your home is safe. Reach out to Bayonet Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Not only are they great for ACs, I mean, they've got that ballistic system with a 10-year warranty, but Bayonet's been your trusted plumber for over 40 years, too. They can not only install your water softening system, but they can maintain it with that great MVP program and beat the competition's prices. In fact, right now, get $200 off water softening packages. Call 877-BAYONET or go online to callbayonet.com.
License CAC 058062, CFC 042998.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line $100 plus a month on Experience Beyond finance agreement $999.99 and qualifying ported. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
From the Kemp Law Group Studios, 104.7 WRBQ HD1 Tampa, a Beasley Media Group station.
You don't talk to me like that.
Trying to suck a little less than yesterday. This is the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7.
Sorry. Yeah, billionaires arguing over their poop. All right. Hold on a minute. Before we do that, a little quiz for you, Fester.
Yes.
All right, 7:02 at the MJ Morning Show. Got a quiz. What happens? Listen carefully. This is important. What happens this Friday at 10:42 p.m.? Don't look it up. Don't Google anything.
That's all right.
I want you to think.
This Friday.
What happens this Friday at 10:42 p.m.?
Not a lot of information, you know.
So you know. 10:42 p.m. Exactly.
Is it like a
10:42 p.m. this Friday. So 2 days away.
Is it the summer equinox?
Dude, that's a good guess. And that is kind of correct. It's not. It's the summer solstice.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not the equinox. The equinox happens different. It's the summer solstice. You know, you guessed too quickly because I was going to give you a little bit of a hint.
I'll take it. So initially when you gave the exact minute, I thought it was going to be like a launch out of Cape Canaveral or something.
Yeah.
Because the night launches are the best.
This Friday, June 20th, summer officially arrives.
Summer.
That was going to be then I was going to give you like 3 summers. So the first clue was going to be 1 summer. And then I was going to give you the summer. You know what song that is?
Is it the summer song?
Summer.
Come on, you don't know what song? What band is that?
Summer.
What, Talking Heads?
No, it's not the Talking
I have no idea
Heads.
what
Come
band
on.
it is. I have no idea. Listen, I work at a music station.
Hey, put the full song up, would you
I'm
please,
not
Andrew?
a music guy.
What, you don't know what?
Summer.
Have you ever heard that? Does that sound familiar? This little blip, this little song clip?
Summer.
It does. Is it the Cars?
Yes.
Okay.
It is the Cars.
Okay, because the only thing is...
What song is it by the Cars? Are we going to get booted off YouTube today because of the music we're playing?
Magic?
It is. It's Magic.
Okay.
Yeah. By the Cars. It was a big hit in the summer of '84. Summer. Yeah, summer turns you upside down. Summer solstice is
The guy
coming.
sings very specifically. What's his name?
Rick O.
Oh my God!
No, it's not Rick. Oh my God! Come on,
Rico.
He's deceased, by the way. He was married to famous supermodel. Was it Paulina Porsikova or whatever? Poriskova, whatever, some Russian name.
Good for him.
Yeah. So he died.
Okay.
Rick Ocasek died.
Oh, Ocasek.
He was great, and Benjamin Orr, and he was another member of the Cars. He died also, like young, of some kind of, I think, cancer or something.
Did you have to have a last name starting with O to be in this band?
Ocasek and Orr.
Or
anyway,
I don't know, but yeah. Okay, so summer.
Whoa! It's magic. Yeah.
What does the summer solstice have to do with anything besides you have songs with summer in it?
That's it. I just wanted to play the clip.
I was about to
That's
say,
the only reason why I did it.
Generally speaking, we don't acknowledge season changes.
When I saw the story yesterday, that the summer solstice hits at 10:42 p.m. on Friday, for whatever reason, summer. I just started singing "Summer, you turn me upside." I just started singing. I'm like, I just want to play the clip.
Okay, just making sure.
Let's be honest. I just wanted to play. Summer, summer, summer. That's it. That's the only reason why. Hey, baby showers are not supposed to end with a suspect running down another woman with their car.
These baby showers.
Tell you what.
They're getting out of control.
A woman is accused of running over people after an argument in a baby shower. It's a new game. You know, the baby showers have all those games. What are all the famous? Do a little Google search. I'm sure Google AI will come up with a whole list.
Baby shower
games. Yeah, baby shower games.
Oh, the 45 best baby shower
Oh,
games.
look at that. See if running someone over in the parking lot is among the games to play.
All right, so the Pioneer Woman has a list of 45 games, and
the matching baby socks game.
How cute is that?
Oh, the baby shower emoji Pictionary game.
Oh, I love that game.
The diaper changing relay.
What?
Oh, the baby bucket list game.
All these sound fun.
Oh, what's in your phone game? A bunch of porno pictures. What's in the phone?
You don't want to know.
You know what? There's video of the actual creation of the baby.
Yes.
That's what's in the phone. The decorate onesies game.
Oh yeah, you make little onesies for the baby.
Oh, what do you get? Like onesies that have nothing on it, and then you have all kinds of arts and crafts, and you decorate the onesies.
You glue little bejewels on them so the baby can choke on it.
You know, we ought to. Before I give the rest of the story about the woman that ran over other people at the baby shower, we ought to go to phones here quickly. Well, this is going to be for women. Guys are not calling in on this, and of course we've got the bulk of our listeners are women. I mean, I think we're about 60-40. I think about 60%. By the way, with the latest ratings that came out yesterday, and I pointed this out in the beginning of the show today, I want to thank everyone again for listening to the MJ Morning Show. The Nielsen radio ratings came out for May, and the MJ Morning Show #1. So number one in morning radio here in the Tampa Bay market, 2 months in a row. So that's, hey, first month could be a fluke. Well, actually, we were #1 in January.
We thought that was a fluke.
Yeah. So
we all thought that was a
fluke.
fluke.
What is the thing? Once is a fluke, 2 is a coincidence, and
but three.
Yeah. So we were #1 in January, #1 in April.
Coincidence.
And now #1 in May. So we put in 2 back-to-back #1 months for morning radio listenership here in the Tampa Bay area, according to Nielsen. MJ Morning Show #1, 25 to 54. But women, we were #1, 25 to 54, and men, we were #2.
Oh.
So I'll take all that. That's good enough. Hey, so if you're a woman and you'd like to call us quickly, if you were recently at a baby shower, or maybe you've been to a baby shower, what games did you play at the baby shower? I was going to say gaby. How do you know if the kid?
I don't know.
If you know the kid is going to be gay, it's a gaby shower, I guess. All right, so
that's awful.
It is.
So
all right, 800-990-1047, 800-990-1047. Yeah, Festa's got this whole list of 45 baby shower games.
This is a fascinating list, and we should do baby bottle bowling here in the studio.
Is that another one on the list?
Of course, you set up a bunch of baby bottles.
Oh, and then you set them up like pins.
Yeah,
right.
Sounds like good, clean fun.
So, any listeners that were recently at a baby shower or you've been to a baby shower, what baby shower games did you play? And was one of the games running over somebody in the parking lot of where the baby shower was held? So if you're a baby shower attendee, just buzz me quickly. Just give me a little rundown of what games you play. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I'm sure we have listeners that have been to a baby shower.
Oh, my God.
And tell me what game you played that we might not. What is that one?
This is the creepiest game ever.
What?
You take little baby plastic figurines and you put them in ice cube trays.
Are you kidding me?
And you freeze the baby in ice cubes. And then you put the ice cube in people's drinks and you see whose ice cube dissolves or melts the fastest.
It's like the My Water Broke game? Oh, that is awful.
Ugh.
All right, Andrew, I hear the phone ringing in your little booth over there. Let me know when I can grab a baby shower call here. So here's the deal. A woman is accused of running over people after an argument at a baby shower. How do you get into an argument at a freaking baby shower? Robin Lissette Alexander of Indian Head, Maryland, was charged with 8 counts of aggravated assault and 2 counts of destruction of property. Around 5 p.m. on June 1, I guess she's just been arrested. Officers with the Charles County Sheriff's Office in Maryland responded to a business for a report of people hit by a car. Investigators say that Alexander was attending a baby shower, got into an argument with another woman. That disagreement spilled out into the parking lot where Alexander got in her car and drove at the woman and 2 others. Alexander hit the woman and one other person. She then drove into a parked car. Oh, my God.
This is a mess.
A juvenile was in the parked car, was not injured. Alexander then circled the lot and rammed the car of the woman that she was arguing with. So ran people over, hit one parked car, then did a circle, and then smashed into the car.
That's how you do it.
Of a woman that she was arguing with. No word on what the argument was over. I mean, what are you arguing about at a freaking baby shower at a restaurant?
Think about it. What if, there's like daddy issues, or what if you dated
Who's
the
your
daddy?
daddy?
What if,
Who's your daddy?
What if like the mother of the father is there, and then one of the girlfriends is like, he's a piece of trash, and then the mother gets huffy about her son, and before you know it, there's a big fight over the salad bar, and it makes its way to the parking lot.
Several people tried to stop Alexander and disabled her car by slashing the tires. So
who's got a knife big enough just on him to slash a tire? At a baby shower.
I think this whole baby shower's got all kinds of crap going on. So
I don't want to know any of these people.
They then pulled out a knife to slash her tires to disable her vehicle. Oh, this story just gets better and better. One person taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Anyway, police just announced Alexander's arrest. So it happened on June 1, but she was just arrested. Anyway, she was released from custody. They slapped on an electronic monitoring bracelet on her. But, man, that is freaking nuts. Let's go to phones. Let me see the call screener board, Fester. Tracy in Clearwater. Tracy, did you ever play the mow over someone in the parking lot baby shower game?
No, but it depends on the baby shower game and who the person is. I wouldn't mind trying it.
Oh, wait a minute. Tracy, are you telling me that there are people you'd like to run over with your car?
No, I'm not saying that on the air.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Yeah, good call, Tracy.
So, Tracy, have you been to a baby shower recently?
Yes.
And what game did you play?
It was actually pretty cute. It was a little mini clothespins. And the clothespins, the amount of time you had to watch and see and listen how many times someone said the word baby at the shower. And everyone got a few clothespins. I think it was 5 clothespins each. And then each time you said the word baby, you would take that clothespin from the person who said the word. And by the end of the day, whoever had the most clothespins actually won a gift basket. And it was a really nice gift basket.
Wow. So every time someone said baby, you've got to see the baby.
You just lost 2 pins.
So you would take the clothespin from the person who said the word baby and you'd put it on yourself. And then at the end of the day, they'd go around and see who had the most clothespins, and that was the winner of the gift basket.
Wow. All right. How long ago was this that you played the game?
A month and a half ago.
Oh, and who's having the baby?
It was my best friend's daughter.
Oh, that's nice. Anyway, Tracy, thank you for listening to the MJ Morning
Thank
Show.
you.
We really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you participating and listening. Are you a longtime listener?
Yes.
Do you go back to the original MJ and BJ and the MJ Morning Show run on the other station?
I do not. I have not listened to. I just started recently. Actually, it's been a few years, but I'm from New Jersey, so
fantastic.
I didn't have you in New Jersey.
Where
when I came to Florida?
Where in New Jersey did you live?
I lived by the shore, seaside.
Oh, very, very lovely. All right. Hey, listen,
Yeah.
thank you for listening, Tracy. Have a great one.
Thank you.
All right.
You too.
Wendy is next in Floral City. Wendy, did you play the run over somebody in the parking lot and slash their tires baby shower game by any chance?
No, they didn't have that one, but they had one where they melted different candy bars in diapers, and you had to smell all the diapers and guess the candy bar type.
Oh my God, that is horrific!
I would have totally won at that game.
Wait a minute, is there a difference in smell from a melted Baby Ruth, like Caddyshack, and a melted Milky Way or a Kit Kat? Is there a
dude?
Right.
Are you dense?
Like a Reese cup smells different than a Snickers, you know, and you had some people actually try to taste it, and it was so gross.
They're licking the diapers?
Dude, you got to think about it. Milky Way has no peanuts in it. The Kit Kat has the wafers. Snickers has nuts and nougat.
Wendy, that is the most disgusting baby shower game I've ever heard of. Thank you, Wendy.
You know, MJ, when you think about baby showers, though, a lot of people attend out of guilt. They don't want to go. Nobody thinks this is a good time, but you go anyway.
Let me grab one more call here. Jesse is in Waimama. And Jesse, you're a DJ that actually DJs baby showers?
Yes, Mexican baby showers.
Hold on, wait a minute. You DJ Mexican so you play Tejano music?
Yes.
All right.
Wow. All right. So have you ever witnessed a fight at a baby shower?
Yes.
Did it involve slashing tires, running over people, and smashing into parked cars?
Parked cars, yes. Bottles being thrown, yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Tell me about a Mexican baby shower melee.
Well, there was one time where the ex showed up and just decided to make a big scene. And
oh man!
Yeah, he was drunk off his ass. And as he tried to pull away, he ended up hitting another car.
Oh well, all right. So the baby mama was having the baby shower because she was pregnant with the new guy. The old guy shows up and causes a scene.
Yes.
Drunk, and he smashed into a parked car trying to leave.
Yep.
All right. But Jesse, you've seen a lot of baby shower games. What are some of the stupid games you've seen?
One where you line up the red Solo cups and you have a chancla, a sandal in your hand, and you're trying to throw them to hit the cups.
You throw your shoe at cups?
Yeah.
Sounds like a little easier than bouncing a ping pong ball in it. You know, just
take your shoe off.
Hey Jesse, thanks for the call, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Yep.
Have a great day. All right, one more. Andrew says take Melanie and Valrico. Melanie, MJ Morning Show, you're up. Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, it's kind of a joke on the father and another man playing. So you put two babies, they're seeing the babies, two diapers, and then you put blindfolds on the two men, and when they can't see anything, you squirt a bunch of ketchup in the diapers so that when, they go to touch the diaper, it's like psychological horror.
Yeah, it's a psychological.
They're thinking poo.
Yeah.
So for everybody else's enjoyment.
Yeah, fantastic. And then you grab a burger bun and wipe it in there. All right, thank you. Thank you, Melanie.
Okay.
Have a good one.
I've never been to a wedding shower or a baby shower. Aren't wedding showers like driven toward women?
Yes.
Okay, I'm asking. Because I've never been. My wife has been to a dozen of them.
I think I might have been to Michelle's baby shower.
Yeah, I might have been to the one that I had for
Yeah,
Hannah.
I believe Michelle's taking a mental health break day
much needed and deserved.
Michelle's taking a mental health break from the show today. But I think I was at Michelle's baby shower for Chloe. All right, so I didn't get into the billionaire poop story, which I will in just a bit. We have over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ coming up next. This is a phenomenal feature on the show. In minutes, we will run over an hour and 20 minutes nonstop, just nonstop content. No one else does this in town. I don't know if anyone can do an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop content without coming up for air. So that starts next on the MJ Morning Show. So I will get into the billionaire poop story. I got to talk about Burger King Bobby. Oh, and then we have a listener from out of town that came to town, rented an Airbnb, and you're not going to believe what they found in the Airbnb. I've got two crazy stories that are coming up in just a bit here on the MJ Morning Show. Oh, and I'm adding something else to the list of new Howard Franklin Bridge firsts. A new entry on the list. Yeah, we got a lot of crap next. So stand by to the MJ Morning Show. I can't even go over everything that happens next, so don't move. Diamond Center IDC. IDC is in the midst of their humongous once-a-year zero-interest financing event for the entire month of June. You can buy an amazing, exquisite piece of jewelry at, first of all, a great price, unbelievable quality, selection, and value, but buy it and pay zero-interest financing for 5 years. Buy it now, and you don't pay any interest until 2030. Just make monthly payments on the principal, no interest. Do you know what you're going to save? I mean, it's tremendous here. The quality, the value, the experience with IDC, and through the end of the month, this absolutely positively ends on June 30th. You got to get to IDC. Designer engagement rings as low as $50 a month. So this is engagement and wedding season. If you want to do a diamond upgrade, IDC is the best quality diamonds around. They have the biggest selection in the state and zero interest financing till the end of the month. Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, Sarasota. It's IDC International Diamond Center. Tell them MJ sent you. When you need a mover that is not going to like flip the truck and destroy everything, or you're not going to have movers smoking a doob, tossing it in the back and lighting the truck on fire. Listen, if you want to avoid really, really crappy movers, you call twocollegebrothers.com. Let me give you a little heads up on something. A big Tampa Bay area VIP that I know, I can't mention his name, but a big Tampa VIP, everyone knows who this is. Friend of mine is using Two College Brothers this weekend. Making a move this weekend. Big name, big VIP. Who are they using? Because they hear them on the MJ Morning Show. They're using Two College Brothers. If you're making a move from an apartment to an apartment, a condo to a condo, a house to a house, whatever, your kids are moving out, who knows? You're moving out of state, you're moving in state, across the state, locally, twocollegebrothers.com. Smartest move you'll ever make. Mention me, MJ, get free moving boxes. Twocollegebrothers.com. Remember, it's got to be twocollegebrothers.com. Traffic's on 724. Shriner's got the latest. 7:28 at the MJ Morning Show. You know what I missed yesterday? Oh, man, I can't believe we missed this. Yesterday was an anniversary. It wasn't, I just realized, I can't forget mine. My anniversary is coming up on the 26th. All right, so what is it, 8 days away or so? So my anniversary is on the 20th. I got to do a calendar reminder so it pops up. You know what? I should have that like perpetually just so it pops up on the 20th. What day is the 26th? Is that like a good day to go out or something? It's a Thursday.
It's a great day to go out.
Yeah.
We'll just mail it in on Friday and that'd be great.
It's a Thursday. So Thursday the 20th. Why do I think I have something that day anyway?
What do you have on a Thursday night?
That might be opera night at Donatello.
Oh.
Yeah, Michelle and a bunch of friends want to go to opera night where they have a bunch of opera singers running around while you eat your pasta. So I'm not, it's either
I like Donatello's a lot.
It's either next Wednesday or Thursday.
MJ, I like Donatello's a lot. I believe it is I think it is the best old school Italian restaurants in town. But I don't know if I want somebody shouting or singing at the top of their lungs right next to me.
You know, we also like Cafe Paradiso.
Yeah.
Hey, Paolo, maybe you want to get some opera singers running around Cafe Paradiso as well.
Maybe you don't, Paolo. How about you have somebody just singing?
When you think of the old school, Italian places, Donatello, Cafe Paradiso, among our faves.
I'll take an old school Italian place over a new one any day.
All right. So 7:30 at the MJ Morning Show. Do you know what anniversary it was yesterday? We missed this. How did I miss this?
I don't know.
Yesterday was the anniversary of the O.J. Simpson low-speed white Ford Bronco chase. Yeah, back in, 1994?
Was it?
Yeah. Yep. So it was.
I remember it was during the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
I remember the Knicks were playing. Yeah. I think it was Knicks Houston that year.
I remember that we were watching, I think it was on NBC, and we were watching the playoffs, and they made the O.J. Simpson chase the big picture, and they put the basketball game in the corner in the little picture. Yeah, the O.J. Simpson low-speed chase was yesterday. Hey, could you find that old Wesley Willis O.J. song? Is that not online?
You know what?
O.J. Simpson, O.J. Simpson.
So many of his songs are
on YouTube,
but I don't see the O.J. Simpson one.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, there's his.
Oh man, Wesley Willis. Remember he had that same repetitive, like a pre-programmed synthesizer beatbox sound. O.J. Simpson, O.J. Simpson. He murdered his wife.
O.J. Simpson was a football player for the.
Oh, did you find it? Is this it? All right, hang on.
It sounds like it.
O.J. Simpson murdered Nicole Simpson and Ronald Goldman.
Yeah, right here.
He stabbed both of them to death with a machete. He was arrested on 2 state murder charges. O.J. Simpson was taken to jail. O.J. Simpson, O.J. Simpson, O.J. Simpson, O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson's surrender was at 11 a.m. He was arrested by the Los Angeles Police Department at 9 o'clock p.m. Outside the walls of Simpson's estate, members of O.J. Simpson's family hugged each other. They cried after word of the arrest came out. O.J. Simpson, O.J. Simpson, O.J. Simpson, O.J. Simpson.
This is bringing back memories. Yeah. June 17th, 1994. Yesterday was the anniversary.
Is there a second verse?
Oh, this goes for another 2 minutes, but we're not listening to any more of it.
Yeah,
anyway.
Look up Wesley Willis.
Yeah, he died, by the way.
2003. He's been dead for a long time.
Yeah, 22 years or so.
Died at 40 years old.
Hey, speaking of psychopaths, O.J. Simpson did move to Florida. O.J. Simpson did spend time down in, Miami area, down in Kendall. That's where he had a home.
I don't know if it's still the case. I believe his son, for a while, was a St. Pete realtor.
Yeah, so O.J. Simpson's son did sell real estate in St. Pete. I think he might be out in Vegas now. But but he was here for a while, O.J. Simpson's kid. All right, well, this is kind of fitting here. Do you know the 4 U.S. states where psychopaths are most likely to live?
Oh, wow.
Listen, this is a very interesting question. Can you name the 4 states where psychopaths are most likely to live?
I mean, I would probably name bigger states. I'd probably guess like California, Texas, Florida.
You've named only one, and guess what? Florida is not one of them. How the hell can Florida, not be on the psychopath list?
This is fake news.
We're
absolutely on the psycho list.
The reason why I'm mentioning this story is how in the hell could Florida not be on the list of 4 U.S. states where psychopaths are most likely to live? How is that even remotely possible?
What researcher or what qualifier do they have to be a psychopath?
I'm glad you asked.
I'm glad I asked, too.
Researchers measured 4 traits: narcissism, Machiavellianism, psychopathy, and sadism across 50 states using data from at least 100 participants in each. And the states that come back as the most psychopathic states are Nevada.
Really?
Louisiana. New York. And Texas. So you name one state, you got Texas right. But would you think for 1 minute that Louisiana would be a psychopath state?
Wait, let me tell you something here, MJ. Let me tell you. Louisiana here. That's an old French word for psychopath.
It is really?
When they call you a Louisiana over in France, they're talking about you being crazy.
Oh, gotcha.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, the study says that higher levels of dark traits in certain areas may be influenced by unfavorable societal conditions such as poverty, crime, inequality, scarcity of resources. Now, Nevada scored high due to its gambling culture linked to risky behavior.
That's the only reason why they put Nevada on the list, because it has Vegas and it has Reno. Okay, great. That's a terrible reason. They have Louisiana because of
Reno is the biggest, smallest city?
That's what the sign says.
Yeah. I have never been to Reno.
Yeah.
I've been to, numerous places in Nevada, but I've never been to Reno.
It's like I wouldn't mind going, and my life would be completely fine if I never go.
All right, we got to talk about this is just funny. This is a 1-minute bit, folks. I'm telling you, if you don't want to hear this, it'll be over very quickly. Do you know that billionaire bunker island down in Miami? It's the place where Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen, they bought that lot for like $25 million, and we're building this huge home. Then they got divorced. I think that Tom Brady is keeping that, right?
I thought they bought dueling properties on the same street.
Yeah, after they divorced or during the separation, I thought that Gisele also bought something else on Billionaire Bunker Island. It's, down in, the Key Biscayne area. It's down in, Miami.
Indian Creek Village is
that's what it's called.
Less mocking name of it.
So it's called Billionaire Bunker. That's the, colloquial name, but it's in, what is it? Indian
Creek
Village is the name of the actual island. Well, guess what? They've got a problem getting their poop off the island. They've got a sewage issue.
Why?
And now there's a fight with a neighboring area that they don't want the billionaire poop going through their sewage pipes. Billionaires are fighting over their poop.
It's a big issue.
Listen, one of the places that Jeff Bezos lives is a man-made island off the coast of Florida called Indian Creek Village. The island is predominantly populated by other billionaires and is known as Billionaire Bunker. In fact, if you're not a billionaire, it's quite difficult to get in. The bridge from the mainland to the island is closed to the public and protected by armed guards and a sophisticated security system. However, if the island is almost entirely cut off from the rest of humanity, the island's inhabitants still seem intent on sharing one thing. They're number 1 and number 2.
Where does it go?
They're P and they're S. It's got to go.
They didn't think about putting a big septic tank right in the middle of Billionaire Bunker?
There is an argument among the Indian Creek Village people and the neighboring town of Surfside, which is also populated by a lot of rich people.
So it's the billionaires versus the millionaires.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's the lowly millionaires.
I'm only 100 millionaire.
Yes. I only have $21 million, and I'm sorry. I'm a pissant.
That's it.
I'm a pissant to the other, folks out there. If you're a lowly millionaire, you're a pissant to these billionaires. Anyway, they've got Indian Creek doesn't have the underground infrastructure to deal with its own poop, so the solution is to funnel it through Surfside into a wider regional sewage system. But Surfside didn't want the poop unless Indian Creek was willing to contribute $10 million to future sewer improvements.
So pay the $10 million.
What's $10 million to a bunch of billionaires to get your crap out of there? I mean, literally.
What's the issue?
I don't. It's just funny stuff, man. Billionaires fighting over poop. Oh, there's a Jeff Bezos. Speaking of billionaires, and Jeff Bezos has a home on this island. Jeff Bezos' wedding. And that's coming up in Venice. There is some really interesting stuff going on with Bezos and the wedding. Hang on. We'll get to that coming up in just a bit. First, though, I mentioned that we have a couple of interesting stories. You've heard me mention Burger King Bobby.
I think I heard you mention it today.
Yeah.
Is that the first time you've mentioned Burger
No,
King?
no.
I've heard it before.
No, Michelle has mentioned Burger King Bobby.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry. I was legitimately thinking of a guy who works at Burger King.
No. So
I know, okay.
Yeah, Burger King Bobby is a pretty well-known businessman in town, a friend of ours.
Mover and shaker in the business, in the burger business?
Mover and shaker. He's the industry that he's in, he deals with a lot of heavyweights. Anyway, we call him Burger King Bobby because he doesn't work at Burger King. He doesn't own any Burger King franchises.
You know what heavyweight Burger King Bobby deals with about once every other month?
Yeah.
What? Me, when I go.
Oh, that's right.
It's my son's favorite place.
So Burger King Bobby got the name Burger King Bobby because Michelle somehow got a picture of him wearing a Burger King cardboard crown.
Okay.
Which I guess you can go to any Burger King and ask for the crown, right?
Has it been a while since you've been to a Burger King?
It has been.
The crown is the thing.
I got to be honest. It's been years since I've been to a Burger King.
Oh,
it's been a long, long time.
I'll tell you right now, the Whopper with cheese, man.
It's been a while since I've been to the Burger King. Michelle hates this song, and that's probably a thing. But I'm going to tell you the story about Burger King Bobby and what happened to him. All right, this is nuts. I'll tell you what, Wells Fargo Bank is lucky that Burger King Bobby is an honest guy.
Oh, no.
Burger King Bobby goes to the Wells Fargo ATM on Kennedy Boulevard, right next to, the Publix where the Sports Authority used to be. So South Tampa, Kennedy and West Shore area, right across from, the Firestone Tire Store in the West Shore Plaza. Also, speaking of West Shore Plaza, do you know how many people, I mentioned West Shore Plaza to somebody on my ride-along. I'm on a ride-along on Saturday, the one where I found out that my driver license was suspended since last December.
Right.
Through no fault of my own. Just a new car and something got screwed up. We did everything right. So I'm with this deputy friend of mine on the ride-along with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, and West Shore Plaza came up and he said, "Is that still open?" Yes, it is. Yeah. I mean, I go to the New Balance. I love the new. Listen, I'm wearing a New Balance, workout shirt right now on MJTV. Yeah. West Shore Plaza is still open. In fact, when Michelle and I were waiting in line for the Hello Kitty truck that parked in the middle of the mall, some months ago.
Maybe a year ago, maybe. I don't know.
Remember I shot a video and I said, this is the most people in line at West Shore Plaza since the grand opening in 1970, whatever. There's never been this many people in the mall. No, it's open. And the mall people saw me and they recognized me and they're like, "Hey, can you just remind people that West Shore Plaza is open?" Yes, it is. West Shore Plaza is open. Anyway, right across from West Shore Plaza is Wells Fargo Bank. And another little tidbit, there used to be a dent. There's a big metal, like a stainless steel looking sign, like a pole that holds the Wells Fargo sign.
Right.
And there was a huge dent in that sign at the base for years. And they finally fixed it some years ago.
Okay.
A motorcyclist lost control coming out of that. Dude, this is not funny because the guy passed away.
Are we talking? Did he dent the sign again?
A motorcycle accident. A guy flew off the road in a Honda Goldwing and smashed into the Wells Fargo bank sign. And for years, the huge dent was still in the base of the sign. They finally fixed it a couple of years ago. So it's that Wells Fargo.
Oh, the one where the guy died on the motorcycle.
Dude,
I was trying to place it.
Listen, this is a very serious. I feel bad for whoever he was and whoever the family and friends are, but they finally fixed. I was like, how long are they going to leave the dent in the Wells Fargo's got money coming out the waz, and they can't fix their sign?
Well, we don't have it in this quarter's budget.
After a guy died hitting the sign on a motorcycle. Anyway, so let me tell you about Burger King.
So weird.
We got a couple.
Do you have any idea? Can you appreciate how weird this conversation is?
What's weird about this conversation?
We're talking about a dent in a Wells Fargo sign with a guy who died. And I don't know what he died here. I'm making a joke, and you're like, it's so serious.
Right, well, listen. It just goes to show you never know what's going to happen on the MJ Morning Show.
So the Dead Guy Bank is where your buddy is at.
Burger King Bobby goes to the ATM at that Wells Fargo
with the dead guy on the Goldwing.
Well, that was
some time ago.
That was like 10 years ago that the guy hit the sign. I don't know who he was, but may he rest in peace. I'm sure there's someone listening that knows exactly who I'm talking about, and my condolences still to this day.
All right, we get it. You're all busted up over it. Okay.
So Burger King Bobby goes to the ATM to take some cash out.
Yes.
It spits out some 50s instead of 20s.
So that's a thing now.
Yeah.
ATMs used to always give out 20s.
Yeah. So I went to, but by the way, I used an ATM last week for the first time in a long time. So I did need some cash because I had to pay someone some cash for something, just easier for the transaction. And I went to my ATM and it asked me whether I wanted 20s or 50s. And I did take some 50s, but something got screwed up and Burger King Bobby takes out cash. I think he went to take out like $500. So here's the text. Wells Fargo ATM, Beach Park, spit out 50s instead of 20s mixed in the $500 cash. So he typed in, $500 cash take out, and he ended up with much more because he's making $30 more per bill than the ATM thinks it's giving him. So he had a number of 50s mixed in with the 20s. So what did Burger King Bobby do?
I mean,
what do you think Burger King Bobby did?
Ran?
That would be incorrect. Burger King Bobby's an honest guy. He went into the Wells Fargo and gave them their cash. They thanked him. And you know what they said to Bobby? They said,
So when you walk into a bank and you tell them their ATM messed up, they're looking at you like you have a third eye. Like, what?
Yeah.
Our ATM, their ATMs don't mess up.
The manager, I'm reading Bobby's text right now. Burger King Bobby says, the manager thanked me over and over. It was hilarious. Moral of the story is that he's saying that I live close by. You ought to go to that ATM every once in a while.
Yeah. I mean, MJ, there's a business model here where you just take money out and then redeposit it and take money out, redeposit it. And you come out ahead.
And then we have another story. And does he want to know what they should do, or what is the angle on this? We had a visitor in the studio. Was it yesterday or was it the day before? It was
Monday.
It was Monday. So we had an out-of-town visitor in the studio. I don't want to mention his name, but a listener to the show that found us while on vacation here years ago has become a regular listener. He's from the Midwest, and he listens to us every day religiously on the app or on one of the streams. Listen, we're on the Odyssey stream. We're on the TuneIn stream. Yeah. We're on the iHeart stream. Our brilliant folks are giving iHeart all our metrics and data. All right, So we're on multiple streams. We're also on the MyQ105 app.
Yep.
So you can actually just bypass all that crap.
Multiple ways to listen when you're not in the geographic Tampa Bay area.
So MyQ105 app, you can go download it at any of the app stores, and you can listen on our very own app. Just to have an app and push listen live, and wherever you are, listen to us on the phone. You don't have to be tied to the car. You don't have to be tied to a radio in your kitchen. Just listen on your phone on any of these apps. So that's how this. We're not going to mention his name, right? He's afraid of.
He was perfectly fine talking about it, and I have to say he was a little braggadocious about it when he was telling me originally. And now his wife is getting cool feet.
Oh, so
not cold feet, but cool feet. She doesn't. I mean, they're not doing anything wrong. Do you have his number?
Yeah, hang on a minute. I think I have it right here.
It starts with a 6. It didn't help you, and he did it.
Is it possible my family's freaking out because we think the owner of the condo lives in Pinellas County? He might listen to the show. Oh, no, they're getting cold feet on? They don't want to tell the story. Come on. No one knows who he is, where he's from. You know how many condos are for rent in the Tampa Bay area?
What time did he send you that text?
This came, last night at 10 o'clock.
Okay, so you didn't see that. He sent me the same text at 5:30 this morning. Fester, we're freaking out. We don't want to talk about it.
First of all, we're too far in now. We're talking about the story, and no one's going to know who the hell they are. They're freaking out. What is the owner of the condo going to come over with a gun and hold them at gunpoint? Give me the phone. I don't have the phone number. Give me his phone number. This is a crazy story.
There you go.
All right, let me buzz him up here.
All right, so listen, I responded back to his text, and I calmed him down a little bit. I told him don't use his name or give us a fake name. We don't care. For the purposes of this story, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, why is he freaking out? There are 3 million people in the Tampa Bay area. 1 6. I keep misdialing with my fat. Oh, he's on hold.
Okay.
Oh, he's calling.
He's
guess
very
what?
active.
That's a hell of a lot easier. He's calling us now. All right, that's good.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah, I don't want to say his name on the air. All right, is it you?
Yes.
All right, listen. I'm going to call you Schmuck Boy.
Hey, Schmuck Boy.
All right. All right. That's your code name.
Code name Schmuck Boy.
First of all, listen, we don't need to alter the story. You don't need to change anything. No one's going to know who this is.
All right, so listen, Schmuck Boy, we won't say where the condo is located.
Somewhere in the Tampa Bay area. It could be as far south as Bradenton Beach and as far north as Crystal River.
Somewhere in that vicinity.
Right. Or it could be...
You know what? Just go ahead and use James.
Schmuck Boy, what are you doing?
All right, whatever. All right, listen, you can't alter the story. You got to tell us the story. So you rent a condo, you rent an Airbnb for a vacation from your Midwest home down here in the Tampa Bay area, and what happens?
Okay, well, what happened was my wife was on the floor playing with my daughter, and there's an air AC vent right there, a return duct, and she happens to glance up in there just by chance, and she said, I think there's money in here. And instantly I thought she was lying because I'm like, yeah, right. And so I go over and look, and there's money in there. So we start pulling it out just to see. And
did you have to get a screwdriver or something to open up the screws to take the vent off?
We tried that, and it was like glued to the wall, so we weren't going to cause any more damage.
So we just ripped it off. We started chipping away at the drywall.
Yeah.
There's money in there. We're getting at it.
So we used the screwdriver to try to pry some of it out, and it just kept coming.
Right.
And I'm not going to say the amount. It was a significant amount, but it just kept coming.
We need to know the amount, Schmuck Boy.
All right. Let's...
Okay, a couple hundred. It was a couple $100.
Hundreds. I think he's lowballing the number.
It was $480, MJ. He told me it's $480, Schmuck Boy. Nobody knows your name. We don't know where the condo is.
So there's $480 jammed inside. That's like 2 days worth of rental right there.
Yeah, and we have no idea like why it's there, where it came from. Yeah, I mean that's the first for me. I've never had this happen before, so I have no idea. That's not something you expect. But I was like, maybe we should check more often when we go places.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to contact the Airbnb owner? Are you going to say, hey, we found $480 in your air conditioning vent? Are you going to call? Or are you just going to, hey, finders, keepers, losers, weepers, and keep the money?
We actually did call and told them another amount, and they said
wait,
keep it.
Well, hold on a minute. You told them, what amount did you tell them?
Like, I don't know, $20-$40.
Oh, wait.
You lying sack of crap.
You find nearly $500 in the AC vent at the Airbnb rental, and you call the owner and you said you found $20?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, so what was the response from the Airbnb owner?
They said basically just keep it. We were just trying to feel them out.
Sure. You were trying to feel out whether they had hidden the money themselves, and
exactly.
So if you found 20, they knew in the back of their head there's really like 500.
Oh, there's more in there.
And they're like, okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's ours, but they didn't say that.
We'll send somebody right away.
Oh, you know what it is? It's a previous renter involved in a drug transaction that stashed the money.
Maybe your Airbnb was a drug den.
Oh, man, maybe it was a meth house.
Yeah. Are the curtains stained and it has this weird smell you just can't seem to get rid of?
Is there a chemical odor?
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
Wow. So you felt out the owner by lying, by saying, yeah, we found $20 in the AC vent, when in fact there's nearly $500. And the feel out proved to be negative. So I guess you're going to keep the money, right?
Yes. Well, heck yeah. I'm going to Disney World.
Well, hold on, Schmuck Boy. Let's really analyze this. What if the Airbnb guy knows there's a lot of money in there, thought you found 20 or 40, and just wanted to shut you up by just keep it. You know, like, don't keep looking.
Maybe they're testing you.
Maybe they are.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought about that. I guess we'll just play it by ear.
Yeah.
The tables have turned now, haven't they, Schmuck Boy?
You know, I'll tell you what. The owner is probably tied to the Sinaloa drug cartel.
Yeah, you messed up, bro.
Yeah, you really you stepped in it, Schmuck Boy. You're in big trouble. You better look over your back. They're gonna follow you all the way back to the Midwest.
Suddenly, I'd be very concerned about your family.
You better check the rear view mirror on your car wherever you drive while you're in the Tampa Bay area.
You know what? Have somebody else start your car up.
You know what? You're going to need to do the parking garage switcheroo. That's where you pull into a parking garage to lose somebody, right, and then you switch cars because you have another stage car waiting in the parking garage, and then you exit in a different vehicle.
You need a second rental.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You need a gun. Did you travel with a gun?
No, this is escalating awfully quickly.
I mean, you really didn't think this through, Schmuck Boy.
Your family is in danger. We've traced the call. It's coming from inside the house.
We went from finding money to espionage now.
All right, so listen. The good news is I have a friend who can get you a gun with the serial number.
Here we go.
With the serial number filed off.
All right, just stop.
But it's going to cost $480.
All right, since you said your name, James, a.k.a. Schmuck Boy, I guess just keep the $480.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It's probably not the owners. It's a previous tenant. And if let's say a previous tenant had lost money in there, they would have contacted the owner, hey, we lost money in the place. Please let us know if you find it. So it sounds like that it was a previous tenant or a previous renter that put it in there and had no idea, left, forgot about it, and I think you're home free.
Seriously?
Yeah. I'm thinking it was somebody's kid was probably in their wallet taking money, just putting it in the vent, thinking it was funny, or just having whatever.
Or stashing money for later, and then lo and behold, they never got back to it. A lot of these Airbnb renters or owners, they're absentee owners. They have it like in a business model to where you check in, they have somebody come and clean it up and make sure it looks good for the next person, and they go months, maybe never actually setting foot in their property, especially in this, in these more resorty areas. So the owner probably has nothing to do with it, and if a previous renter hasn't lodged a complaint yet, you're free and clear.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah, I think you're good to go unless some Mexican drug lord comes after you.
It's literally one of those two scenarios. Either you're perfectly fine or you're a walking dead man.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Hey, you guys too. Thank you very much for the call.
Yeah, El Chapo and his friends are looking for you. El Chapo.
Thanks, MJ. Thanks, Pasteure.
James, hey, listen, thanks for coming by the studio on Monday.
Have a nice stay in Florida. Goodbye.
Hey, thank you. And thanks for having me the other day.
Goodbye.
All right.
Two crazy money stories.
Tell you what, man.
Hey, I've got another Howard Franklin Bridge first. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time for another MJ Morning Show. Brand new Howard Franklin Bridge first. So what are some of the firsts that I pointed out with the new southbound span? You know, Howard Franklin Bridge, the new bridge going southbound on 275. What are some of the firsts that I pointed out?
I remember you pointed out the first multi-lane skid marks.
Exactly.
Smash into a wall.
Well, hold on. Those are separate events, I think.
Okay.
All right. So here are some of the Howard Franklin Bridge firsts that I pointed out. Fester's correct. Giant skid marks. I mean, heavy black tire skid marks that went from like the right lane all the way over to the middle, then back over. So that was number one. Then I pointed out the first like black mark, like somebody smashed into the wall, and the bridge was brand new. I mean, shiny and new.
Oh, so good.
Like a virgin. Shiny, like
just like a virgin.
Like a virgin.
This bridge was deflowered.
Smashed for the very first time by some maniac.
That actually worked.
So I pointed out the first huge black mark on the Jersey barrier concrete wall. Then I pointed out the first vehicle fire that burned to the ground, leaving like barbecue char marks on the left shoulder. So these are some of the firsts that I pointed out.
Does that ever wash away?
Oh yeah, it will. It will. Okay. So are you ready? Here's a brand new Howard Franklin Bridge first. I spotted it on the way in this morning. On the Tampa side, not long after you get onto the bridge, the approach on the Tampa side. So you're coming through the West Shore District.
Going southbound on I-275.
Or you're coming from the airport area or off of the Veterans Expressway. You're making the merge. So you're getting onto the Howard Franklin Bridge, new bridge southbound. Here is the latest first. Anybody need a mattress? You don't need mattress discounters or any. You don't need what are some of the big mattress places?
The Mattress Firm.
Mattress Firm. You got mattress on the shoulder. That's so I have spotted the first mattress dumped on the new Howard Franklin Bridge. And just take a look. If you're on the Tampa side heading to St. Pete, just look off to the right, and that is the first mattress now. And it's, who needs the 4th of July sale?
Who needs it? MJ, I typed in mattress stores into Google.
Right.
Mattress Firm.
Yeah, Mattress Firm. Yeah,
4th of July sale.
Yeah, they're the biggest. Mattress Firm.
Ashley Furniture.
Yeah.
4th of July sale.
Right. Hey, listen, Costco sells mattresses,
Sleep
don't
Number. 4th of July sale.
Oh, you know what? Julie and I, we were at Costco. So everyone knows my recent Costco story. I returned the plums and this and that. I bought some steak recently. So we're up at Costco up in... it's like Wesley Chapel. It's not Wesley Chapel. West Chase rather.
Sheldon and Waters.
Yeah. So we're
Sheldon
and Linebaugh. So Julian and I are. You can tell I'm from South Tampa. All right. So Sheldon and Linebaugh, you have the Costco, and we're leaving, and I go out the back way to get off on that back road, and then make a right turn on Linebaugh to get back to the Veterans Expressway. So I go out the backside entrance, and that's where they have the dumpsters.
Right.
There's a mattress just sitting there. So I'm wondering, did someone just dump it? Because Fester, you like to dump crap behind big box stores.
My furniture dumping days have slowed down a lot. But I'll tell you, I dumped a recliner 6 months ago.
Well, here's the deal.
Yeah.
So we're driving out, and there's a mattress. And we're like, was that just a dump, or did someone buy a Costco mattress and return it? You know what? I hate this mattress. It's aching my back up good. Oh, my. Costco, they'll take anything back.
Yeah, they take things back years later.
So did somebody bring a blood and pea stained mattress back that they bought in, 2018? And what do? They just chuck it in the back. So we saw a mattress. It might still be there. So if you want a mattress, there's one outside of Costco. Or there's one right now. There's a mattress. It looked like it might have been a queen or a double.
Well, you got to get that straight.
Yeah.
You really have to know.
But there's a free mattress, another Howard Franklin brand new bridge fact here. Another first. The first mattress that I've seen dumped on the bridge is available right now for you to stop on the side and grab it. Howard Franklin Bridge, 275 southbound. And speaking of, I'm a fortune teller. I'm a soothsayer. I'm a psychic.
Yeah.
I mean, do you realize how many things the MJ Morning Show leads? Do you know how many things we talk about and then, days or weeks or months or even years later, it comes to light? What have I been saying about the S-turns as you get onto the new Howard Franklin Bridge, Tampa side, heading to St. Pete? You got all the twisties and turnies, like a half mile of S-curves. And I'm like, dude, this is dangerous. I mean, people are going out of their lanes. You got people doing 80 through there, changing lanes. It's a solid white line. How many times have I said, stay in your freaking lane? And you want to know why there are accidents? Because people are like changing lanes and flying through those S-turns.
Yeah, MJ, I saw an aerial shot of the S-turn.
Yeah.
And I guess driving it, I didn't appreciate how dramatic it was.
Oh, it's dramatic.
Yeah, it really is.
You know how dramatic it is?
How much?
That's how dramatic it is.
What?
Yes. That's how dramatic it is.
It's high drama.
It is very, very dramatic. The S-turns on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Anyway, guess what the FDOT put out? The FDOT, the Florida Department of Transportation, and the FHP, that's the Florida Highway Patrol, they put out a release regarding the increase in crashes on the new Howard Franklin Bridge. And it's exactly what I immediately warned people about when the bridge opened up. What, 2 months ago now? Month and a half ago? When did the bridge open up?
2 months ago, maybe, yeah.
Listen to this.
Since March of 2025.
So a couple of months ago, since the new span of the Howard Franklin Bridge opened, there have been an uptick in crashes where the bridge starts in Tampa. Duh! I've been saying this. Slow down. Don't change lanes. Don't drive like an ass clown through these twists and turns. Florida Highway Patrol and Florida Department of Transportation are asking drivers to use caution in the area and not to cross the solid white lines. Guess what? The MJ Morning Show, I put out a statement on this in March. They're just getting around to it in mid-June? Yeah, this is a Bay News 9 report. The curves in the roadway there have led to questions from drivers about road design. Incidents on that side of the bridge have also led to major delays on I-275 southbound. It's very concerning, said David Alonzo, the Florida Department of Transportation construction manager.
Construction manager says it's concerning?
For the new bridge.
Yeah, if you're the construction manager and you're like, you know what, guys?
Alonzo, he says the curves were necessary when traffic moved to the new bridge. And again, that's going to be straightened out. Once all the construction is done, those S-curves, that was just taking people from the old to the new, and then ultimately it's just going to be a straightaway. Those S-curves are going to go away, but while they are there,
in the meantime,
don't be a turd and fly through there and go so fast that you go out of your lane, or don't switch lanes in the solid white line. How many morons do not know that you don't change lanes when it's a solid line? It doesn't have to be a double yellow line. If it's a solid white line, you don't change lanes.
That's what they need to put on those overhead information boards.
Hey,
don't be
jackass!
Don't be a turd.
Don't be a turd.
Don't
exactly.
Be a turd. Yeah.
Stay in your lane. Don't cross double white. Don't cross across the single white line. Yeah, that's right. On those FDOT digital boards.
Yeah, like the silver alerts.
Don't be a turd.
Don't be a turd.
Yep, stay in your lane. Don't change. Yeah, so it will be fixed at some point, but apparently there's a whole increase in accidents and, an uptick in crashes, and FHP and FDOT asking drivers to stay in between the white lines that go all snakety snake, all curvy curve, S curves. I mean, Professor, I brought this up months ago. When they first opened up, I was noticing people flying through there at 90, changing lanes.
I got to say, this is the best thing to happen if you're a traffic reporter. It gives you something to talk about every day.
Unbelievable.
Did you see the other thing from FDOT?
Tell me the other thing from FDOT.
Moving forward, they want to be called FDOT. That's not true. I made that up. FDOT.
Can you just call them dot heads?
I mean, I guess if they work there. If they work there, I mean, if you have 10 guys in the job, how many dot heads we got working out here today? We got 10 of them, sir.
Hey, I thought that I thought this was funny. Pope Leo is related to Justin Bieber and to Madonna.
All right, when you start breaking it down that far out, I mean, everybody's kind of related to everybody, right?
Yeah, if you believe in Adam and Eve, right, and the whole shebang. Yeah,
everything goes back. So how far back was it? Like eighth cousin, you said?
Yeah. So Pope Leo the 14th, the new pope who hails from Chicago, can now call Justin Bieber and Madonna cousins. Hey, cuz, what up, cuz? Because apparently there is bloodline sharing. Yeah, this is according to the New York Times. They, I guess, work with genealogists from the Cuban Genealogy Club of Miami and American ancestors to track down Pope Leo's family tree. And it turns out that both Justin Bieber and Madonna are distant ancestors going back 6 generations.
So what number? Did you say a ninth cousin or an eighth cousin?
I think I saw that Madonna is the 9th cousin of the new pope.
All right. So for perspective, a 9th cousin is a very distant relative who shares a great, 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 great grandparent with you.
Unbelievable. Hey, I want to thank our MJ Morning Show listeners because, listen, you got to grab the glory while you can because we could be number 22 next month. But
judging by today's show,
yeah, who the hell knows? Listen, I'm very pleased and entertained with today's show. All right, so the MJ Morning Show, number 1 in town again. The May Nielsen ratings came out yesterday. So on the heels of being number 1 in April, we're now back-to-back number 1 morning show in town 2 months in a row. Since January, we've had number 1 3 times. We've had a number 3. But April, we were number 1 Nielsen radio ratings, persons 25 to 54, the MJ Morning Show, number 1 in town. And that was April. And now yesterday, the May ratings came out. And the MJ Morning Show, number 1 for May, persons 25 to 54, which is the high-profile, highly coveted demographic. So 2 months in a row, back in January was just a fluke, and then we were number 1 in April, number 1 in May. So, again, thank you to the MJ Morning Show listeners. Thank you for listening to the MJ Morning Show here on 104.7 FM, Q105. And next month, it could all go to hell in a handbasket. We could be number 22 next month.
Those are facts.
Yeah. It always when school's out, you always, I get, it's like the listening patterns change, and, the summer months, people traveling. Anyway, but I'll take what I can get. And again, the MJ Morning Show, number 1, 2 months in a row, back to back, number 1. In the market for radio ratings in April and May now. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. I need to address something here. Michelle's not in today. Michelle needed a personal mental health break day.
I don't blame her. We're a lot.
Hey, Michelle, are you listening? Michelle, if you're listening, call my cell phone.
What kind of terrible mental health day is that? You need a day off. You're not going to listen to the guys.
Oh, she can't help herself. Michelle, if you are listening right now, call my cell phone. Should this bother me?
What's going on?
neither of my kids wished me a happy Father's Day on Sunday. So it's now Wednesday. It's, 3 days past. I'm not really into milestones, and does it bother me?
Through the course of the whole day, the kids didn't say Happy Father's Day one time, or even flippantly like, "Oh yeah, Happy Father's Day." Pop."
I got nothing. Julian, Chloe, not one Happy Father's Day. I did not get a card. I didn't get a T-shirt that said "World's Greatest Father." World's. No, I'm joking around because we had the guy in court wearing the world's greatest farter. Yeah, you got to have an H in there. So I got no card and no mention, no Happy Father's Day from my kids. What the hell's going on?
Michelle didn't say this is like a special Father's Day dinner or something.
No. Are they a bunch of freaking ingrates? Why they didn't wish? I mean, I really don't care about like special days. But still, you'd think you'd get just a Happy Father's Day.
At least an acknowledgement of just through the culture of this country of the significance of Sunday.
Hey, Chloe, Julian, are either of you listening? Did you even know that it was Father's Day?
What would you have said?
Thank you very little. I don't know.
Maybe they know that you would have had like a kind of a schmucky remark back if you're not going to appreciate something. For example, years ago, I went out of my way to buy you birthday present, right?
Yeah.
We were working together for a couple of years.
Mhm.
I saw something that I thought you'd love, and I bought it for you. And you smashed it. And I was like...
Was that live on the air?
Yes.
Yeah, I did it for effect.
Yeah,
it was
but
just
still,
for comedy.
You smashed the gift I bought you for your birthday. And you didn't tell me, hey, I'm going to smash these, but I really appreciate it, and it was very thoughtful. No. You said, I want to put this crap in my house. This is the dumbest looking thing I ever bought.
What did you buy me?
I bought you 2-foot or 3-foot Jake and Elwood
Blues Brothers.
statues. I think they were $40 each or
Right.
something. I spent my hard-earned
You
money.
bought me Blues Brothers statues.
And you smashed them. And I said to myself, I'm never acknowledging his birthday again. Under any circumstances. I don't care if it's his 50th, his 60th. I don't care what. I will never do anything for his birthday again just because I know that you're an unappreciative prick as far as significant days go. Right?
I'm a UP.
You're a UP.
I'm a UP, an unappreciative prick.
Yeah. So maybe the kids know that because you don't acknowledge Father's Day or think it has any special significance, that they're not going to waste their energy pointing it out just to have you say, thank you very little. Every day's Father's Day when you're paying for everything. See, I understand. I know why your kids didn't tell you.
Why?
Because you...
Because they hate me?
No, because
they
know
wish that I weren't their father?
Maybe. And then maybe not.
You know what? I want to grab some calls here. I wasn't going to do this, but this is a very spontaneous show. I don't always know what's going to happen from 1 minute to the next.
It's your fault they didn't wish you happy birthday or happy Father's Day.
Folks, do you have any thoughts on my kids not wishing me a happy Father's Day on Sunday? This just had a stew. I wanted to let this breathe, let it gel for a little bit. Any thoughts? 800-990-1047. Anybody want to comment? Any angle? Any opinion on my neither kid wishing me a happy Father's Day? No card, not even a verbal mention? 800-990-1047. If you'd like to comment, if you'd like to, weigh in, offer up a thought, an opinion on this. How about you? If you're a father, did you get stiffed also? Did you get no mention, no card, no nothing?
This is a total you reap what you sow. I mean, this is what you've built into them. Do you know what you have? Here, give the number out, and I'll tell you what you have.
800-990-1047 gets you in. 800-990-1047.
Here's what you have.
What do I have?
You have a dismissive, smirky thanks.
A
lot of times,
dismissive, smirky thanks.
Something that's not important to you or not significant in the course of human events, you go,
That's
thanks.
a DST.
Yes.
I've got a DST.
But you say thanks in a kind of backhanded, condescending way, like, oh, thanks. Hey, MJ, good job with this. Thanks. And I was like, you know what? Forget it. And that's where the kids are.
Every line is jammed here. Every single line.
Where's Julian? Why isn't he defending himself?
Yeah, guess what? Chloe's listening now.
Yeah, Julian was ripping out dishwashers, goading you yesterday.
Yeah, he was. He was really goading me.
and today he's not coming to his own defense?
No, apparently not. Let me grab some calls.
Every line is jammed.
Every single line. Let me start with Scott in Brandon. Hi, Scott. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, MJ and Fester. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry they did not acknowledge your Father's Day. My daughter, she called me several times Sunday. We talked. My ex-wife called me Sunday, and we talked. And she wished me a Father's Day, but she's the best ex-wife in the world. That's why I'll never get remarried. My next ex-wife may not be as nice as my first one, so I'm done. But yeah, I mean, I think they should have. I mean, it's, hey, happy Father's Day. Because I'm sure you called your dad, right, and wished him a happy Father's Day?
Oh, I forgot. No, I did. Yes. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yes, I did. I did call my dad and wish him a happy Father's Day. Absolutely. Scott, thanks for the call, buddy. Let me grab Anna in Tampa. Anna, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, MJ and Fester. Good morning.
Morning. What do you think?
You guys every day.
Thank you.
Did Michelle wish you a happy Father's Day?
I don't think she did either.
Because they all know. I mean, this isn't their fault as much as it is MJ's for building this culture of, I don't care about special days.
Yeah, well, I think it's a shame, and I would feel a little bad myself.
So you think should I give the kids up for adoption?
No. No, but listen, I live with my ex-spouse, and I didn't wish him a happy Father's Day, and he's a grandfather.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, I'm not doing it.
All right, Anna, thank you very much. Let me grab Jerry in Spring Hill. What's the story, Jerry?
Hey, MJ, good morning. I
Hey.
listen to y'all every day.
Thanks.
Love your show.
Thank you.
I got 6 boys. Not one of them sent me a card. Not one of them said Happy Father's Day.
Wow.
Nothing.
Do they not have calendars?
I think they're airheads. They're bucket heads.
they're your kids.
Bucket heads.
They're my kids. I wish my father and mother happy Mother's Day every year. My mother lives in Alabama, and there's not a freaking day, and not a Mother's Day that goes by I don't call her every Mother's Day.
Sound like a nice son, Jerry. Thank you, buddy. Let's grab James in Wesley Chapel. James, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hey, that would kill me, man, if my kids forgot not Happy Father's Day. It would kill me. I'd say something.
All right. Thank you, James. Hey, no more calls on this. I'll grab Teresa, Ryan, Jay, and then maybe I'll try to call one of my ingrates. All right. Teresa in Gibsonton. Hello, Teresa.
Hello.
Hello, Teresa. Go ahead.
I think it's awful that they didn't even wish you a happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
My father's been gone for 2 years, and I wish he was still here that I could wish him a happy Father's Day.
All right, Teresa, first of all, I'm sorry to hear about your dad. Thank you for sharing that with us. Second, what about the culture that MJ's kind of fostered with, it's not a significant day anyway.
Well,
Then suddenly he's getting all the feels?
Yeah, most milestones, and I've been pretty open about this. I've been very transparent that I'm not into my birthday. I don't care about my birthday. So maybe that's rubbed off on my kids that they know I really don't care about milestone days per se.
But
Teresa,
here we
thank
are
you.
with big heart MJ caring about nobody. Hey guys, look at me on Father's Day.
Ryan and then Jay. Ryan's in Sarasota. Hello, Ryan. MJ Morning Show. You're up.
Hey, good morning, fellas. How we doing?
Doing fine. Go ahead.
Well, my kids, 2 and 10, and wife left the country. They weren't here for Father's Day.
They left the country.
Sounds like
They did. They went down to Honduras to go to the mine or everything with her dad.
Hold on. You're what? Your wife's father's an archaeologist?
Yeah, for the mine culture down there in Copan. It's amazing.
Are you
Real
serious?
Indiana Jones stuff.
Holy
Truly.
crap. They're down in South America?
Yeah, they left, and they booked the flight. And I said, you're not going to be here for Father's Day.
Yeah, what was your whole family have bug out bags? What's going on?
I know. And I said, well, good luck, have fun. And then they ended up calling me like on Father's Day. And they said, Happy Father's Day. I was like, well, thanks for being here.
Listen,
Thanks, Ryan.
I'd probably go on the Honduran excavation as well.
I want to find those tribes that kill outsiders and shrink their heads. That's all right. One more call. Jay in Winter Haven. Jay, hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, MJ and crew. You kind of touched on it a minute ago. What's happened in the past? I mean, have they wished you a happy Father's Day and you were just flipping about it? And that's kind of like, well, if he's going to be flipping about it, why bother?
Yep, that's
Yeah,
right.
all right.
You fostered this
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah, so I've always said I don't care about my birthday, et cetera. Anyway, thank you, buddy. I
All right,
appreciate it.
So two things.
Yeah.
One, I saw a comic on my Instagram Reels a couple of weeks ago.
A comic like a
stand-up-
comedian?
Stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
And he's doing his set, and he said Mother's Day is the number 2 holiday for popularity. It's Christmas and then Mom.
Okay.
You know, the birth of Jesus and then your mother.
Yep.
And then Father's Day is like number 20.
Yeah.
And then like Arbor Day, Flag Day, all Halloween is number 7.
Celebrating trees is before Father's Day.
Halloween is ghosts and goblins, and it's still 15 places before
Before Father's Day.
Second,
Yeah.
this is the personification, dude. Your life is like cat in the cradle. Your boy is just like you.
The birthday of Jeffrey Dahmer is before Father's Day.
Acknowledge that day before Father's Day. Listen, you just realized that, as dismissive as you are about stuff, so are your kids.
Let me see if Chloe will pick up. She should be walking into the office or parking her car right now. Hello?
Hello.
Are you listening to the show?
Yes, and I'm really, I can't even believe you're bringing this up because you're making me feel like the world's worst daughter, and I'm going to cry.
All right, save the drama for your mama. Okay, Chloe?
Chloe, really? You feel you're going to cry?
Yes.
Chloe, this is a stupid radio bit. I don't care.
I know you don't care, but, the amount of people and friends I told that, I completely forgot and didn't say anything, I just feel really bad.
This is going south.
I have to admit, Chloe, I don't know if you're sincerely busted up or you're putting us on. We're all kind of...
I'm literally driving down Kennedy with, tears streaming down my face.
Well, sorry to wreck your day. I'm just trying to come up with a good radio bit.
So you're kind of coming over that bridge on Kennedy going into downtown when you realize you're really a terrible dog.
You know what would really suck? You know what really, really suck?
What?
If I passed away in my sleep on Monday.
Yeah. And they never got to wish you happy Father's
Exactly.
Day on your last day.
If I didn't wake up.
Hey, we always have next year.
Okay,
Chloe.
I'm done crying.
All right.
I'm done crying. Here's the thing, Dad.
Yeah.
Pasteur's right about you fostering this kind of, not really celebrating these kinds of things, relationship. But that's no excuse, and I'm really sorry.
I didn't mean it to turn into this. All right, Chloe.
I know.
I'm not angry. I'm a content creator.
It's more that he just kind of pointed it out just to have something to talk about and kind of bust chops a little bit.
I just filled 12 minutes of airtime, okay? But it is true that you guys didn't say a word. But it
is true that you're both little ungrateful bastards, but he really doesn't care. He knows he raised those ungrateful bastards.
Yeah. All right, Chloe, don't stop crying.
Oh my God, this is going so bad.
Well, like I say, you never know what the hell's gonna happen on the MJ Morning Show.
This is the worst outcome ever.
What?
I feel so bad for crying. I feel bad for crying on the air, but it's okay.
Are you gonna go into work now with your eyes all puffy and red?
I know. See, I took Mom to Mother's Day brunch because, I think she appreciates that kind of thing. And I thought about taking you to brunch, but I just feel like you would have been like, no, I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to go out to celebrate. I even favorited photos in my album to post on Instagram, but I was so busy on Sunday, but none of this is an excuse, and I'm sorry.
Chloe, don't worry about it. Stop crying. I didn't mean to make you cry. It's a radio bit.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, Chloe, you really are a terrible dog. You know that, right?
Professor, shut up. You're Chloe. I'm fine. We just got a very memorable segment out of this. This is the kind of crap that people remember, and they'll run into me 12 years from now. Hey, remember the day you were talking about Father's Day? And your daughter starts crying on the air. All right, Chloe. Don't.
Did you just happen to forget he pays for everything?
Guess what? Yeah, guess what? You're paying for law school now. Go get yourself a student loan. Yeah,
How about that?
Yeah, go get a student loan. All right, Chloe.
Let me show you where the financial aid office is.
Goodbye, Chloe. Have a good day at work. I still love you.
I still love you. Wow.
What, Chloe?
I love you too.
All right, stop crying. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Chloe. Love you. Bye, sweetie.
God.
That is terrible.
What the hell?
We're just trying to make jokes.
I'm just, I don't take anything seriously.
All right, so if you look up the word idiot in a dictionary, you might see MJ's picture. And then under the second definition, you'll see my picture. We're just knuckleheads making jokes on the radio.
Hey.
And she's getting all busted up.
Hey, Julian, are you listening?
Oh, he's not calling in now.
Chloe or Michelle, are you listening? Yeah, Michelle's not in today. She's taking a mental health break day from me and the show.
I'm glad she's not here today.
Listen, she's got a lot of stuff to do. So
regardless, I'm glad she's not here today, because if we would have brought this up in front of Michelle, she is super mama bear. She would have been on your ass.
Well, I think she must be sleeping because she has not texted me. I had no idea. Listen, take half the crap I say with a grain of salt. I mean,
even if you took half of it with salt, the other half is pretty cutting.
Wow. Unfreaking believable. Hey, you want to hear something funny?
Sure. After that, I'd love to hear something funny.
I don't do many Australian restaurant chef meltdown stories.
But when you do.
I stumbled across this yesterday. Video is now, oh, you know what? Hey, Andrew, do me a favor quickly. Go to YouTube and try to find the chocolate lava cake meltdown from the movie Chef. I think it's curse-laden. So you might need to bleep a couple of things.
Is it a couple of things or like 50 things?
Yeah, by the way, this is the movie that got Julian hooked on movies because, remember the story? Julian is now a film student at NYU in New York, top film school in the country. And this was the movie that really got Julian interested in movies because we were out in Denver and Julian and I came in like early in the morning to Denver International. And then Michelle's flight, she was flying in from, I think, from overseas. And Michelle was meeting us 12 hours later. So we had 12 hours to kill. So I said to Julian and I, we're at Denver International. Mom's coming in 12 hours. You want to go have lunch in Wyoming? So we drove from Denver. We got on 25, drove into Wyoming, had lunch in like Cheyenne or something. Then we stop in Fort Collins. I wanted to see the WWV radio towers in the field, the old the time signal station from the National Institute of Standards and Technology.
What a nerd!
Right, and then I'm like, hey, we still have time to kill. Let's go see a movie. And there was like some like. One of the robot movies, what do you call it? Transformers. I think there was a Transformers movie that he wanted to see, but we were like 25 minutes late. And when we arrived, the only movie that we could see was Chef. And it's rated R. I'm like, all right, don't tell Mom. He's like 10 years old or something. Don't tell Mom we're going to see Chef. R-rated movie, all the F-bombs flying and everything. And Julian was mesmerized by the movie Chef. And seriously, I think that's what we credit with getting him really interested in the movies and the fact that he wants to make movies now. He wants to be a cinematographer. And there's a meltdown scene in the movie Chef where did you find it, Andrew? Do you have it? Where he's videoed, he's in the restaurant melting down on like a food critic that's I think complaining about the chocolate lava cake or something, and people are videoing him in the restaurant, but I think you got to bleep it. All right, so we've got a chef in Australia. Video has hit online. I guess it's in Australia, in Melbourne. The trendiest Italian restaurant in Melbourne. The owner is Pietro Barbagallo. and he confronts a group of diners who complained about their prawn pasta being too spicy.
Right.
So this happened a couple of months ago, but the incident is going viral now. And this video is like trending I've had a dozen people say, MJ, you see this? I've had I got friends texting me the link to this thing where the chef is having the complete and total meltdown. And I mean, it's like Australian, Gordon Ramsay.
You donkey! Are you always this pathetic?
You dick! What's wrong? What's the matter with you?
Oh my God, young man. Kill yourself!
What am I? I'm an Indian sandwich! I'm an Indian sandwich!
So, I mean, a lot of these chefs, MJ, they have a big ego on them. And if you insult anything that they put on a plate, they can't take it.
So
they can dish it, but they can't take it.
Australian News, they did a whole story on this.
Get out! It's my house. It's my house. Oh my God, this is what you're doing. Get out, you get out, you get out, you get out. Oh now. My God, that is disgusting. Oh my God.
Oh, you hear that? He cleared the freaking table.
That's great.
He pulls the tablecloth off the table and everything, all the dishes, the glasses, the silverware, it goes everywhere.
Oh, man.
Because they complained that the sauce in the prawn pasta was too spicy. So he clears the whole damn thing.
Get out.
He's like, get out of my effing plate. You hear the guy? Get
out. It's my house. It's my house. Oh my God, this is what you're doing.
He's saying it's my house. It's my house. The diners are sitting at the table, and he comes out of the kitchen. What do you mean they said that the pasta sauce was too spicy?
Get out, you get out, you get out, you get out.
He's like, you get out, you get out. It's like, you get a car, you get a car, you get out, you get out, you get out. Everybody gets out.
So, the server always comes back to the table after they drop off the food, usually, 3-4 minutes later, and they ask, so, how is everything? And, usually you say, oh, everything's great, or everything's fine, or whatever. These people, obviously, is like, oh, this is really spicy. It gets back to the chef,
right?
And they flip out.
Oh, yeah. Here's the rest. And then it goes into a news report. This is like big news.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Get out. Get out of there.
That's celebrated restaurateur and...
So he clears the whole place. All right, so celebrated chef and restaurateur.
Chef Pietro Barbagallo. He's been accused of aggressive behaviour, violent behaviour, financial mismanagement across his businesses, and indecent exposure.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. He's also been accused of whipping out his wang. Hey, today's special, wiener. Schnitzel.
He pulled out his own prawn.
For the past few weeks, I've been looking into allegations of a toxic workplace culture at Pietro's restaurants. Through this, I obtained video footage of an incident in Caprica in mid-April this year. Pietro is filmed screaming at his customers, ordering them to leave the restaurant. The aggressive behaviour was supported by the eyewitness accounts of 5 different people who saw Pietro yelling profanities at his customers.
Oh, man. Are there any chefs locally
That's what I was thinking.
Are there any local chefs that have come out and screamed at customers? Anybody?
What chef has the shortest fuse?
Has anyone been at a local restaurant or maybe anywhere? Have you been at a restaurant anywhere in the country or the world where the chef came out and started screaming?
I mean, you've eaten all over the place. Have you ever seen a chef come out and berate a customer?
I don't think I have. Tell the chef this is low-grade dog food. Dog food? That's, at a Caddyshack.
I would love to go. I would go to that restaurant all the time just to try to, it's like dinner and a show.
800-990-1047. Anyone listening have an owner or a chef go ballistic on you? You ever see it? You ever witness a chef go nuts on a table at a restaurant? 800-990-1047.
Smashing a plate against a wall.
Oh, he's also accused of smashing a plate against the wall in the restaurant.
And smashing glasses on the table. The eyewitnesses described the restaurant as falling silent as one of the waitresses burst into tears.
Oh my God. Get out of there. How dare you?
Over the course...
Oh, crikey.
of my investigation, I've spoken to 18 current and former employees who say this.
Anyway, so this thing goes on, and this Australian TV reporter does this whole segment.
I would love to go to this place just to say a couple things that trigger this person. All right, so I found the trailer to the movie Chef.
Yeah.
And they have a snippet of the attack.
Hang on, I think Andrew, are you working on bleeping out the scene, Andrew? All right, so Andrew, phones are ringing. Oh, hey, if you have it, let me know when you're ready to play it. It's on. Okay, Andrew says that the audio clip. Andrew says he hope it's all bleeped.
Okay, we'll see how it goes.
Because I had him do a rush job, but listen, I have a dump button. All right, so hang on a minute. Here's the rant from the movie Chef. What's the dude's name? Julie knows instantly. Who's the star of Chef?
I gotta go back. John Favreau.
John Favreau.
That's the director.
Yeah, John Favreau. He's the director, the writer, and he stars in the movie.
Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, and John Favreau.
Yeah, the movie Chef is really a good movie. So when I heard about this Australian dude, phones are ringing, by the way, 800-990-1047. If you ever witnessed a chef or an owner meltdown at a restaurant, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047 if you've got a story for us. All right, so this is the rant from the movie Chef.
Stop it for a second. I've been waiting to talk to this prick for a long time. Okay. I am not cloying. I am not needy. I don't care what you think. You're not getting to me. I'm not needy. Chocolate lava cake is not just undercooked chocolate cake. That's not what makes the center molten. You take a frozen cylinder of ganache and you set it in the ramekin so that as the outside cooks fully, the inside becomes molten.
Okay.
It's f***ing molten, see? It's f***ing molten, you asshole. And you don't do anything. What do? You sit and you eat and you vomit those words back to make people laugh. You know how hard I work for this shit? Do you know how my whole staff works? What sacrifices make to make you happy? And then you just smugly just f***ing shit on my shit.
Okay.
It hurts.
Yes.
It f***ing hurts when you write that shit. It hurt you.
It does. It does.
He thought you were going to close his restaurant down. You asshole. And what do? You just write you just make shit up. My shit was molten. It's f***ing molten.
So that's he melts down on the food critic.
Tell you what, man, these critics they're tough behind a keyboard, boy. You get in front of them. That's true to life, man.
Oh, man. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Let me grab JoJo in Plant City. JoJo, hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing fine.
I was a cook at the Village Inn on Dale Mabry in Tampa.
Oh, yeah.
And my husband was the kitchen manager. It was Sunday mornings, which are always crazy in restaurants. And one of the waitresses criticized my eggs, my scrambled eggs, and I just lost it. And I called her an a-hole, and she quit on the spot. And my husband told this other cook to take all my tickets off, and he fired me. And I sat there smoking a cigarette, watching everybody go crazy without me doing the cooking. And I ended up going back on the wheel and started cooking again. The point
wait a minute. The wheel, is that stainless steel wheel where all the tickets are shoved up on?
Yes.
The wheel.
My husband told me, this other cook, to pull my tickets. Anyway, it turned out that waitress nobody liked her anyway because she was always snotty at everybody.
Right.
And they felt bad for me because I'm not sure if you know what Sunday mornings are like in a restaurant, but breakfast restaurant, it's crazy. Everybody's under a lot of tension. And then she made fun of my scrambled eggs. It's like, really?
You had enough. You just snapped.
That was it, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Oh, yeah, and when my husband fired me, I looked at him, I said, you can't fire me. There was a big fight in the back of the kitchen.
Thanks.
Also, I wanted to recommend that you watch a movie called Waiting.
You know,
it's hilarious.
I've seen that. Yeah, we've seen Waiting. Absolutely.
Yes.
You are correct. Very funny movie. Thank you, JoJo.
Yeah, but no stories of like the chef coming out from the kitchen and just exploding.
I think that's rare.
And...
I think that it doesn't happen. That's why, we don't have a backlog of phone calls. I don't think there are many chefs that have come out and screamed at customers and cleared the table off, smashing dishes and glasses and everything.
Who's the chef that we talked about a couple weeks ago that like sued somebody and was dismissed?
It was Hale's Black Brick. Which, people like that place.
Yeah.
I've not been. My daughter's been several times. Chloe's been numerous times. And she likes it. And I just haven't been. But somebody left the Hale's Black Brick guy a bad review on Yelp, and he filed a lawsuit against them. And he subsequently dropped the lawsuit.
Or was it dismissed?
No. It was dropped. It never got to the point of
in front of a judge.
A motion to dismiss or a summary judgment or anything. It never even got to that point. It was just he dropped the lawsuit. Oh, speaking of restaurants, a couple of things here. Americans pull back from restaurants by most since 2023, according to Bloomberg. Yes, spending at restaurants and bars has slumped in May by the most in more than 2 years, underscoring how tariffs and geopolitical tensions are making consumers nervous about their finances. Sales fell just shy of 1% last month, 0.9%, the most since February of 2023, according to Commerce Department data, which came out yesterday. Yeah, it's part of the biggest retreat in retail sales since the start of the year. So sales are down. Andrew, what line do you want? Bring up the. Oh, here we go. Don says restaurant owner came out.
All right.
Yeah, and then that Tampa Bay Area Restaurant Week is back.
Okay.
We got a whole bunch of participating. Hold on, because the list is, and what's amazing? There are so many places that I've never been to.
They have like a prefix menu or something
a lot
for
of times,
X amount of dollars?
Like there are specials. Yeah, it's Restaurant Week. A lot of cities do Restaurant Week. Don in wherever. Don, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so out with family and friends at dinner at a local restaurant here in town, and literally the food didn't come out on time, so the side came out later, and so by that time we were done with our meal, so I kind of pushed mine off to the side. The owner came up and said, "Is there an issue?" And I said, "Yeah." I kind of explained what happened. And he literally jerked our plate off the table and told us just to get the hell out of his restaurant in front of everybody right in the middle of dinner.
Really?
So embarrassing. Go check out his reviews.
All right, so hold on a minute. You have not mentioned the name of the restaurant. Don't mention the name. Okay. Is it a place that I would know?
It's an Italian restaurant.
All right, hold on 1 second. I'm going to put you on hold.
All right, tell Andrew.
All right. Oh, Andrew just told me in my ear the name of the restaurant. Yeah, I've not heard of this restaurant. Yeah, let's not mention the name of the place, but it's an Italian restaurant in Tampa, and I've not heard of it. Andrew just told me the name in my ear.
Here, take your keyboard over there, MJ, and type the name into Google so I can
probably
at least pull
closer to Carrollwood.
Okay, all right, hang on a minute.
Okay, so MJ and I share a computer. He's going to type the name on his keyboard.
I'm going to type in the name.
And I'll look up some Google reviews.
Talk to the listener while
Okay, so I'm sorry to hear about your traumatic experience at the Italian place. Oh, I know this place. Okay, all right. I got it. That's enough.
Okay.
All right.
You going to bring it up?
Yep. All right.
It's got a 4.5.
All right, so let's go to worst reviews.
Yeah, so that's what you do. You go to Google reviews, and it's got a 4.5. And by the way, that meets the standard. Like for Michelle, my lovely wife, Michelle, she thinks a restaurant, the lowest review for a restaurant should be a 4.5. So Michelle looks for, when we're looking at a restaurant, she kind of says, the restaurant's got to have at least a 4.5, and this place has a 4.5.
With 1,427 reviews, yeah. So it's not like it has like a handful. Right. That's a lot of reviews.
What you do on Google reviews is you then sort by lowest, and then you get all the 1 stars, and then that's when you get all like the, let's see, very disappointed. First time we visited, the food and service were poor. We decided to try it again. Our server was in such a hurry to turn his table. I'm surprised he didn't bring out our food in a to-go box.
Okay, all right. Easy, people.
All the one-star reviews specifically left about management owners are accurate. I can't believe the way I've witnessed them speak to employees, especially in front of guests. Terrible environment overall, and the place is also disgusting. I hang on. Look for, okay, Maria A. All right, scroll up right there. This place is the worst place to go for dinner. The service is terrible. We got there and waited for our food 1 hour. The food quality came out, and we talked with this guy that seemed like the owner or manager and was a DH.
A DH?
That would be a D head. He said,
first class.
He said, you are the only ones that had a problem here, so you are not taking anything home and leave. He kicked us out, humiliated us, shouted at us in front of everyone there, and we didn't do a thing other than tell him that our food took an hour to come out. When I started filming him because his behavior was not acceptable, he took the plates and left us speechless. I couldn't recommend this place ever. Not worth it. It's sad. All the parents' effort will go to the trash or having a son manage their business like this. I'm Italian. It's insulting to have a clown like this managing a restaurant representing my country.
Here's another.
Oh, wow.
Here's another one with another picture of
food.
this guy.
And the food is decent.
Yeah.
Food's good.
I've never heard of this place.
Yeah,
you know?
I've heard of this place. It's
Yeah, because you're more, you know North Tampa. I'm South Tampa. It's rare for me to get above, like 275 in Dale Mabry,
There's a manager holding the plate. Oh, here's the video. Here's the
Oh,
video.
is that him?
I'm not going to play the audio.
All right.
I mean, it's a nanosecond.
Gotcha.
Look, here's the
Yeah.
whole video. The whole video is 4
Yeah, the
seconds.
food looks good, actually.
Grabs the plate, gives her the side eye, and takes off. He doesn't say anything.
Yeah, the
in
food,
the video.
food actually, that dish looked pretty good. Food looks good.
You can eat it because it's back in the kitchen.
Hey, thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, this guy's
You
a
bet
hothead.
it. All right.
I want to go just to piss him off.
Yeah, let me bring up the call screener.
Hold on, let me get back.
Bring up the call screener. Jenna in Tampa. Jenna, hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, MJ. I couldn't get through because I was calling 1-800-990-9393.
No, that's the old station. Yeah. Don't.
I know.
Yeah.
but
Don't.
then
Don't.
you
Yeah.
said
That.
you didn't have-
Yeah. We haven't been there since 2012 at the old station.
They don't even
Listen,
remember
I've
us
been
there.
listening to you for the longest
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
so you know
The
whatever.
the new number as you know is 800-990-1047.
It is kind of coincidental. They both have the same three digits.
No, a lot of radio stations have that. That was like a designated.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was like a designated, like a
I know.
high volume call circuit kind of
I
thing.
had no idea.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so my story is I'm a hairstylist. I worked at Mystic Hair. I've talked to you guys just recently.
Yep.
Okay, so the restaurant on South Del Mabry and Kennedy. It's like a little nook on the east side of South Del Mabry, in like a hole in the wall, single standing building. I don't know if you know which restaurant I'm talking about.
I'd say it again.
It's on the east side of Kennedy on Del Mabry. So South Del Mabry and Kennedy. There's a little Italian restaurant on the east side of Del Mabry.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take your word for it. So, what's the story?
Okay, so I'm meeting my friend for lunch. She's already there. I walk in with a Coke can. So I'm finishing my Coke can. I set it to the side. She had already ordered. I go to order. The owner came out and goes, "You bring a Coke can in, Meister?" He was like, "Get out, get out. You need to order drinks. How dare you walk in here?" So I was like, "Is this a joke?" Like, okay, he's joking, but he wasn't. He kicked us out. So he had a little outside cafe, like, little tables
Right.
outside. So I was like, okay, screw this guy. I set my Coke can that had still a little left on one of his outside tables, went to my car. We got kicked out. My friend got in my passenger seat. He took the Coke can and sprayed it all over my car. Threw it all. He came up to the parking lot, followed me to my car.
Really? And like shook it up and sprayed it on your car?
Yeah, sprayed it, and thank God there was only a quarter left.
Oh, wow.
Because it got in my window.
How long ago was
I
this?
didn't get sprayed, but this was probably 2010. Like,
Oh,
it was
wow.
a while ago,
Yeah,
but
all right.
no.
All right. Hey,
I don't
thanks.
have any reason to call you guys.
Thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
Have a great day.
You too. Wow. 8:52 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, this brings to a close over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ.
Oh, my God. These reviews from that restaurant earlier, they get better and better.
So I do have Tampa Bay Restaurant Week, and the list of restaurants, a bunch of these I have not been to, and a lot of them I've heard good things about. It's just incredible, the number of restaurants. And
is it a week?
Yeah.
Or is it a month?
No, Tampa Bay, it runs, it's actually.
Is it going on right now? Am I going to miss the whole thing?
Hold on. Take advantage. All you need, visit any of the participating restaurants between Thursday, June 12th.
You got 2 days left.
And Sunday, June 22nd. No, you have a couple of days. You've got.
It's over Sunday.
Yeah. So
today's what, Wednesday?
So you got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You have 5 days left.
Have they done a terrible job promoting this?
You know what? I'm just seeing the story now. All right, hang on. So Tampa Restaurant Week is your favorite restaurant on the list. I'll get into that coming up. A disgusting thing happened to a passenger on a flight. I'll tell you what happened. We have a lot of stuff. Terry Bradshaw from the NFL on Fox. You see what happened to him at the airport?
No, what happened to
we got Terry? We got a lot of stuff. Oh, if you're angry at your boss, don't go to the construction site and shoot him. Local story.
It's a good tip.
It's a good public service announcement here on the MJ Morning Show. Oh, the Jeff Bezos wedding. Wait till you hear what is being threatened at the Jeff Bezos wedding in Venice. Oh, this could be a big problem because that's coming up this summer. All right, hold on. Back in a second on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. All that stuff is on the way in just a bit. If you have any air conditioning issue, like me, I just had an air conditioning issue. I had a unit that died. My air conditioning unit was like 12 or 13 years old. It made no sense whatsoever to repair it. So we replaced it. And of course, one of the great advertisers on this show is Plan B Air Conditioning. Plan B, I made a switch. I had a certain brand in my house. All of my different units were a certain brand. And I do feel like the quality on this very well-known brand has gone down. I've just had, more issues, it seems. I don't think they're built as well. So Plan B AC said, listen, you got to put in a Daikin. And the warranty, it's like 10 or 12 years on the warranty. The parts where you can't beat that. So clearly they're confident. So I just had a brand new system put in my house by Plan B Air Conditioning. If you need a new system, they'll beat any other dealer by $500. If you just need service, and that's what most people need, you can trust them. You can rely on them. So get your system fixed for hundreds and not replaced for thousands. If you need any air conditioning service, you go to planbairconditioning.com. You tell them MJ sent you, and they'll give you 10% off. Planbairconditioning.com, 813-PLAN-BAC, and tell them MJ sent you, planbairconditioning.com. The friends of ours at the Kemp Law Group want you to know that it is important that if you're in a car wreck that you call them right away. You have to have evidence preservation. You don't want evidence to spoil. For instance, when Allison, Fester's wife, was smashed, rear-ended by an Uber in downtown Tampa, the Kemp Law Group jumped on it right away, and they were preserving evidence. They were looking for surveillance video right nearby. They jumped right on the case. That's what's going to happen. You know that rideshare crashes, that's a thing.
So many of them. You don't hear about them as much as you need to.
Either you're hit by a rideshare like an Uber or a Lyft, or you're a passenger in one of these vehicles when they, ram into a bridge abutment. If you're in an accident or a fall.
It's a terrible accident.
If you accident or fall, you call Kemp Law, just like Fester's wife Allison did. Absolutely. Accident or fall, you call Kemp Law, kemplaw.com, and tell them MJ sent you. It is on, but you got to hurry. The summer sale in progress right now with Zero Res. Everything is 15% off. Get your carpets cleaned, 15% off. Get your tile and grout cleaned, 15% off. How about do you have nasty grout, tiles in your house, the floor tile? They'll clean your grout. It'll look like it's brand new. How about air duct cleaning? They are experts at cleaning air ducts. What kind of heebie-jeebies are all growing up in your air ducts? Get that crap sucked out. 15% off. area rugs, upholstery. Get everything cleaned in your house. The professionals at Zero Res, 15% off everything right now with the summer sale. Go to ZeroResTampaBay.com. That's ZeroResTampaBay.com. Tell them MJ sent you. So go to the website. You can call them up. I like that the best, but you can book online. But I like you calling up Zero Res. You go to ZeroResTampaBay.com. You call them up. Tell them MJ sent you, and you want 15% off everything. ZeroResTampaBay.com. Remember, they use ZR water. They use the best cleaning process. Doesn't leave a residue. ZeroResTampaBay.com. Tell them MJ sent you. Traffic's on 8:58. Let's grab it. Wondering, Chloe is just.
I'll tell you what, she's never going to forget another Father's Day.
Oh man! Oh man! Again, everything's a radio bit to me. Everything is entertainment for for the audience. All right, 9:02 at the MJ Morning Show. Yes, so Tampa Restaurant Week. Oh, and then Fester. Your texts were flooded with people saying, hey, speaking of food and restaurants, did you hear about this TV chef that passed away? And I actually saw the story. I don't know who she was.
She's a big Food Network star.
Were you aware of her? Have you seen her before? Because food is in your orbit.
She was on a show called Worst Cooks in America.
All right, hold on to that thought. I'll get to that in a second. First, though, Tampa Bay Restaurant Week is on, and I guess it started. I don't know if they promoted this very well because I just found out about it yesterday, and it started on Thursday the 12th. So Tampa Bay Restaurant Week, Thursday, June 12th through this Sunday, June 22nd. And there's a special Tampa Bay Restaurant Week menu at these participating restaurants. Oh, you know what it is? It's Creative Loafing, Tampa Bay Restaurant Week. Hey, Creative Loafing, I don't know if you're doing a good job advertising this. Yeah, you might want to call the MJ Morning Show next year and say, hey, can we come on and talk about Restaurant Week?
We'd love to have you. You just promote it, a week or two ahead of time.
Even though I haven't won best radio morning show since I think 2009 or 2010.
Okay. Some podcast
so, some. I mean, come on, some dopey podcaster that no one's heard of.
It's okay.
Who somehow stuffed the ballot box, won the best radio host in Tampa Bay. What kind of garbage is that?
It's like when the stupid kid wins prom king.
Hey, Creative Loafing, why don't you get a hold of me next week so I know that Restaurant Week is going on.
So they're one of the sponsors. I don't think they're putting it on. I know that they're one of the sponsors.
Okay. Well, no, it says, this is a story from ABC Action News.
Okay.
Creative Loafing's Tampa Bay Restaurant Week is back for its 19th year.
All right, maybe you're absolutely right and I'm wrong.
Well, I'm just reading what ABC Action News is saying. So these are the restaurants participating in Tampa Bay Restaurant Week 2025.
Yeah, that you have 4 days left to go to. 5 days.
I got to do this quickly here. Three Corners Pizza, American Social Bar and Kitchen. I've heard of that. I haven't been. Ava, that's on South Howard. I run into the Ava owner every once in a while at the gym. Zora Coastal Kitchen, Babushka's. Is that the the Russian restaurant on Platt?
Yeah, it's just the old.
It used to be something else.
Yeah, it used to be something else.
Yeah, because I was at the something else. I haven't been to Babushka's. And I know that I think they had a little bit of headwinds with the whole Russian invasion of Ukraine, but then they put a Ukrainian flag there. Anyway, I hear it's good. I hear that Babushka's is good, and I have no problem going there. Beacon Besito Mexican Restaurant. That's at West Shore Plaza. Haven't been, but Michelle has. That's the old, Besitos is the old, the Palm.
The old Palm.
The old Palm Steakhouse, where I used to have a caricature on the wall, and that was clearly demolished.
Yeah, it's rubble now.
I'm sure whoever demolished that probably took a hammer to my face. Remember they had all the caricatures on the wall there. Birch and Vine, Bulla, Chateau Cellars, Cheeky's Famous Fish and Raw Bar, Corazon, Del Frisco's Grill. I've been to Del Frisco's in New York, just not here. Driftlight Steakhouse, Elevage. That's at the Epicurean, right?
Okay.
Epicurean, which is owned by Burns.
Yes, on Howard.
On South Howard. I have not been to Elevage. Farm to Taco, Flames Indian Kitchen, Fior Fina, Foodies, Giggle Waters. I've heard of Giggle Waters. Good Intentions, Grace, Grillsmith. Oh, Grillsmith does a nice job.
Sure.
Yeah, Grillsmith does a very, very nice job. I've been there several times. Hugh, Hi-Fi Rooftop Bar, Highland House, Jack Polino's. I don't know what that is. Jimmy's Tacos, Kona Grill. I haven't been there, but that's on Boy Scout across from International Plaza. Latitude 28, Lolita's Wine Market, Luna Lux, Madfish, Madison Avenue Pizza. I've got to get there.
They're in Dunedin.
Yeah. So Madison Avenue Pizza, they brought pizza into the studio. One of the stations had them in, and they've been in several times. I think they were in within the last month or so, but I think it was after the show. So Madison Avenue Pizza, which gets good reviews. I've only had their pizza cold.
Because it's been transported
because it was brought here. So I need to go to Madison Avenue Pizza and actually have a hot slice.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it.
When I'm up in Dunedin in the daytime. Melting Pot, Mystic Fish, Ocean High, Ocean 7, Park Shore Grill, Peepo's Cafe. Which Peepo's? Because I go to the Peepo's right here at 4th and Gandy in St. Pete.
According to the website, it's the Peepo's in Bay Pines.
In Bay Pines. Because I'm familiar with the Peepo's right here on 4th in St. Pete. Roman Fig, aware of it, haven't been. Salt Rock Grill, it's been a year since I've been to Salt Rock. 6, Southern Barbecue, Sparrow, St. Pete Distillery, Sunda, which is at Midtown. I have been. Taverna Costal, Teak, the Brine House, the Dan, Dunedin Smokehouse, the Helm, the Living Room, the Pearl. Have not been to the Pearl, but that's down on Water Street. Wagamama, I'm familiar. I just haven't been there. And Willa's. I have not been to Willa's. Michelle's been to Willa's.
It sounds like you haven't been to a lot of
Well,
these
that's
places.
that's the point. I mean, there's so many, and that's a small list of those restaurants that are participating, and it's amazing just the number of restaurants that are local that are phenomenal. I'm sure that I just haven't been. It's impossible to get everywhere. And Michelle and I, we've kind of slowed down, and we don't go out as much. I love supporting local restaurants, but we just find ourselves,
staying at home.
Yeah, a bottle of wine and a movie at the house. I invested a lot in a home theater, and that's really pleasurable time for us.
Yeah, man.
So, yes, Andrew. Andrew's giving me a wavy wave. Yes, Andrew.
Yes, we haven't done it in a while, but you were taking segments of people just calling in, recommending restaurants.
Oh, yeah. What was the name of that?
Where MJ should eat.
Yeah, it was
and
like.
You know how many of those restaurants we went to?
Oh, that's right. Where should MJ eat? And that's right. We did I was launching a new segment, and I guess I just forgot about it.
Well, we got a list of like 40 restaurants, and you and I have gone to exactly none of them. I mean,
Man, I tell you, we've got to get the Beef and C.
We got to get to a lot of places.
I got to get the Beef and C and Riverview. It's just, listen, I live in South Tampa. I don't get but Beef and C has the whole belly clams. And they're dying for me to try their whole belly. And they drop me like social media messages. We're waiting.
Yeah.
We're waiting. When are you coming, MJ? I'm like, seriously.
Right. Stop taunting me.
The Beef and C folks. When are you coming, MJ? We're waiting. Got a table for you.
They're good folks.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I've heard great things, but a ton of tons of restaurants. Maybe I ought to bring back where should MJ eat or something?
Yeah, we'll try it next week. We'll do a phone segment.
But there are so many ethnic places, and I love ethnic foods, all variations. And like if you just get on like Armenia, like at 275, you get on Armenia, and you just drive,
Dude,
or
years ago, I had a friend that was the food writer for the Tampa Tribune. And he would do features called like Eating Armenia.
Oh, really?
And we would travel.
Oh, God.
There
are so many like hole in the wall places that look like they're probably fantastic.
And we went to like 8 restaurants over the course of the day.
A lot of South American, Central American stuff.
Yeah. And it was really fantastic stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, so there was, and then Fester's phone has blowed up. It's all blowed up. Yeah. Fester's phone is blown up. People saying, hey, you didn't talk about the Food Network star that passed away.
Well, we're talking about, chefs and volatile chefs and high-profile chefs and restaurant talk. And I guess this is actually, really big news. A fairly young celebrity on the Food Network died, they say, of cardiac arrest yesterday.
Listen, I'm not that much of a whack job where if I don't know who it is, that it doesn't matter. I don't know who this woman was, but it does matter, and a lot of people do know. Just because I'm pretty aware. I probably have an overall awareness of things greater than most people, just because of the nature of my job and the amount of research and prep and everything I do every day to put on a show. But I don't know everything, obviously, and I just was not aware of Ann Burrell, this Food Network star. And she was the host of, what was it,
America's Worst Cooks, or Worst Cooks in America.
Okay.
Worst Cooks in America.
And this was a big Food Network show, and I was not familiar with her, but she was found unresponsive in her home up in New York.
Here's the thing. She was 55 years old.
Yeah. You know what? She was a rough-looking 55, or at least in the pictures that I'm seeing,
I thought she was older. I would have put it like at 62 or 64.
Maybe 65, yeah.
And I don't know much about her. But
So
she has like that white hair that's like, she has like the Guy Fieri hairdo, kind of spiky and pulled back.
She elected to make herself look older than she could have,
Yeah.
Anyway, rest in peace. She passed away, and Fester's phone was blowing up with texts. Hey, Food Network, Ann Burrell. Rest in peace if you were a fan, if you were friends. Listen, my condolences, but no reason, no cause of death just yet. Just that she went into some kind of cardiac arrest. I don't know if there was anything underlying. And somebody called 911 that she was unresponsive, and she has passed.
Okay.
So rest in peace. Hey, speaking of food, the people that think that if you get a foreign object in your food that you can sue,
Like what
Listen,
kind of foreign object?
You pretty much have to choke and die, or you have to be like severely injured if there's a foreign object. I think if you have any case, if you just find a piece of glass in your Jiffy corn muffin mix and you don't eat it and cut your mouth and tongue and your gums, you don't have a case. So I was on one of the websites I like, and people are commenting, yeah, looks like you just baked yourself $1 million. No, you didn't.
The old Jiffy folks aren't going to scratch you a check.
Yeah. Bottom line is that they obviously allegedly found glass shards inside some Jiffy corn muffin mix. And we've got some of this in the house right now. Michelle's made, that's sort of like a Thanksgiving special.
It's Jiffy doesn't make the world's best cornbread by itself. Well, but you can use it to make like a cornbread casserole. It comes out pretty well.
But hang on, you know what? Michelle found a really so Jiffy is well known, and
they're in a little white and blue cheap box.
They're like 88 cents a box at Walmart. Thanksgiving time, whatever. So Michelle has made cornbread out of the Jiffy mix. Should I call Michelle or just give her a total mental health break day?
Let dogs lie on this.
Because I'm trying to remember she found a corn muffin mix off the shelf at the supermarket, and I don't think Publix had it. I think we had to go to Walmart to get it, and it was good. It was a yellow box. No, it's not Dolly Parton.
Is it Krusteaz?
No. Just type in corn muffin mix brands. Don't type in yellow. Just corn muffin mix brands. Mix brands. And I'm just going to tell you right now that I don't see it. Hold on a minute. Keep going. I'll when I see
Is it the gold?
No, it's not gold. Hold on. Let me just take control here.
There you go.
I don't see it. And we found it, and it was good. I think it might have been the best mix that we've ever had as far as...
Is it that Parker?
No, hang on a minute. I'm looking for it. You know what? I might have to call Michelle because I can't leave people hanging. I'm on Google Images, and I typed in, Fester typed it in. I'm scrolling. I don't see the freaking brand. And it is on the shelf at Walmart. They do have it. I don't think Publix had it. And that's how we ended up at Walmart. There are literally hundreds of freaking pictures of corn. There's Dolly Parton. There's Krusteaz.
And the thing is, most of them are yellow because it's corn.
Old
so saying it has a yellow package does me no good.
El Paso. Oh, wait a minute. I think I just saw it. Hold on. It jumped. I thought I just saw it. Hold on a minute. Hang on a minute. I think I saw it.
We're in Google Images. How could it jump and disappear?
It jumped. I'm telling you, it jumped. I think I just saw the box. Son of a...
Okay, all right.
Hang on a minute. This is going to drive me crazy. Or I could just call Michelle and say, hey, what's the damn mix? You know me, and my OCD over here, I can't move on until I figure out what it is.
All right, well, this is the rest of the show, folks. Thanks for
listening. No, it's not the rest of the show.
Then we'll give it a break. We'll find out tomorrow.
I just had the damn mix.
Do an Instagram video later.
I can't. The people are listening.
You had it. You didn't have it.
No, I saw the box. It's not Zatarain's. I saw it on the left side, and it jumped.
I don't know that Google Images is the best place to be looking.
It moved.
It's probably the actual internet is probably a better place than just scrolling through pictures online.
There it is. I found it. There it is. It's right there. Is it? It is Fleischmann's. That's it. I found it. That's it. Fleischmann's Simply Made Baking Mix Cornbread. That's good.
Nothing on this box is yellow.
It's Fleischmann's.
The cornbread's yellow.
Don't they also make yeast? Fleischmann's. So. It's Fleischmann's Simply Homemade Baking Mix Cornbread. And I'm telling you right now, it's good. So this person, they find glass in their Jiffy corn mix, and people are commenting, hey, honey, you just baked yourself $1 million. No, you didn't.
That's not how it goes.
No, and it's not. You got to have a ripped esophagus before you can start talking about those numbers.
But once you find the glass, you have a decision to make.
Oh, guess what was found?
What?
Good news. I'm first of all, very good news. I'm moving on from the corn mix. All right. You're going to be very excited about that. But guess what was found? Let me give you an audio daily double hint. All right, here we go, Fester.
I don't know. I'm not good at these games.
Oh, come on. See, Michelle knows.
That's Barracuda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess what was found side of the road? It's rainy. It's dark. Pulls over, gives them a ride. They go to a hotel and they go buff. That's what that song's about.
I thought that song was about her getting pregnant by a man she just meets.
Maybe that's it too.
Because,
All right, so
I think he gives her the thing that the other guy couldn't.
Oh yeah,
she loves her man, but he couldn't get her pregnant.
She does get knocked up. Yeah,
I think that's the, or maybe the other thing he couldn't give her was,
So there's good news. Oh, all these great heart songs, yeah. Magic Man. Never. All right, so why am I playing all these heart songs? What was found? Alone and Crazy on You. Oh, yeah. All right, guess what was found, Fester?
So,
Come on.
Oh, okay. If you stop playing heart songs,
Yeah.
I'll give you a minute to get a word in edgewise. I'll tell you.
I can play some Roxette songs if you want.
Fine.
That's right.
So a couple of weeks ago, we had a story that they got robbed, like in Vegas, like a fiddle.
Atlantic City.
Okay.
Yeah, the Hard Rock in Atlantic City.
They had like a fiddle and like a piccolo or something was stolen.
Close. It was a mandolin and an electric guitar.
Okay, so.
Yeah, so Hart was getting ready to play at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City, and they were all set up in the concert venue at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, and some jackwagon stole like a one-of-a-kind 1966 Gibson EM50 mandolin, and then a guitar was also stolen, and the good news is both instruments have been recovered. Irreplaceable, and both instruments have been recovered. Yeah, the person surrendered the mandolin, and it will be brought to the Hard Rock Atlantic City venue where it was taken. Yeah, they're not waiting there. It's not like, it's not like the family of the kidnapped kid is waiting at the house, waiting for the phone to ring. I don't think they're there, but
we're not sticking around.
Yeah, I'm sure that they'll FedEx the mandolin to Hart, but that's good news. Because that sucks when you have something that is that important. You have a couple of instruments that are, pardon my pun here, but when you have some instruments that are instrumental.
Instrumental instruments. Yeah, that makes sense.
In your act, and they have sentimental value. That just sucks. Thieves blow. I hate thieves. That's awful.
Yeah.
So
awful.
Hopefully people are going to jail. Yeah, the other was a Fender Telecaster guitar that belonged to the band. Officers charged the man with stealing the instruments. Garfield Bennett of Pleasantville, New Jersey. Tell you what, they ought to crack an electric guitar over this guy's head. Just find some cheap, Fender or Gibson or something, and just give him a whack.
I'm looking at this mandolin. It's a very...
Oh, it's elaborate. It's a piece of work, a
very
piece of
unique
art.
Piece.
Yeah. So luckily, both important instruments were found. And remember, we were talking about, hey, where's the surveillance video? I mean, it's a hotel and casino. They have cameras everywhere. They've got cameras in your spleen when you go there. All right, so they did actually capture the theft on video, and they were able to track the guy down, and they found this bonehead, this bozo. 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. We have some workplace violence locally. If you're angry with your boss, don't do this. We'll tell you what happened. Disgusting situation on a flight. Terry Bradshaw had an issue with TSA. We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, it's something about this, and I'm going to say something that might be a little controversial. Some might agree with me, some might not, but we'll get to that in just a bit. I mean, I understand random, blah, 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 but still. A lot of stuff in the final chunk. The final segment, MJ Morning Show, is next. Don't move. In fact, I think the best material of the day is next here on Q. Oh, and I get to the Bezos story, and I got the Jeff Bezos story, which I teased, and man, there's just so much crap, and we have spontaneous stuff that happens, but we'll pay it off next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. My friends at Veterans Ford have the red carpet rolled out for you. My friends at Veterans Ford want you to take advantage of the Ford employee pricing before it evaporates, and it will in a couple of weeks. So this ends July 4th. Ford employee pricing goes away. If you would like to get a Ford car, truck, or SUV at what Ford employees pay, which is less than dealer cost, you go to Veterans Ford. Go there right now until the deal expires. Why Veterans Ford? Because they're going to treat you well. Veterans Ford is a kind of dealership where it's like a family feel to it. They treat you well from start to finish. I think we've all had car dealer shenanigans over the years where, it's just the high pressure or it's the, what do we have to do to get this closed today? Does anyone else need to help with this decision? What do we have to do to put you in this car? You're not going to get the shenanigans, all right? That's why Veterans Ford is fantastic. If you're looking for a great Ford dealer, where you're going to have a long relationship. You're going to go back there repeatedly because it was such a good experience. If you need a great Ford service department, same deal. You'll keep going back because it's the best Ford service experience in the whole Tampa Bay area. It's Veterans Ford, Line Bar and the Veterans Expressway. And tell them that MJ sent you from the MJ Morning Show. The Holland Group Retirement Wealth Advisors want you to know everything that needs to be known about your retirement, your investment planning, and your full retirement plan. The Hollands will put this together for you. The good news is they'll make you aware of whatever you need to be made aware of. But when you work with the Hollands, they do all of the heavy lifting. The Hollands do all of the work. They have all the milestone dates. They have all the things that have to be done by this date, by this age. If you do not have a full investment strategy to bring you investment income after you leave your job because you're retired and the paycheck stops, if you don't have retirement income that's going to replace that paycheck, you got to call the Hollands to make sure you have the right investment strategy. You need a full plan. The Hollands will do it all for you. Complimentary, no obligation. Let them build you written plans and go over everything. Get a second opinion. If you think you have plans, make sure you really do. Make sure there's no big surprises later on when it's too late. Get an investment plan and a full retirement plan, complimentary, no obligation. Call the Hollands, Steve and Elizabeth Holland, the Holland Group Retirement Wealth Advisors. Go to askthehollands.com, askthehollands.com. Call them and tell them MJ sent you. Final check on traffic at 9:25. Here's Shriner, MJ Morning Show, back in a minute. show. And, before I get to my pile of stuff, including the Jeff Bezos wedding situation in Venice. And before we get to that, there is some breaking news, which I did see earlier. It is in my pile, and Fester just stumbled across this. Did someone tip you off on this, or did you find this on your own?
The thing that we talked about during the commercial break?
Yeah.
Somebody tipped me off.
Yeah. Somebody ripped off 3,000 Nintendo Switch 2s from a truck stop in Colorado. Oh, man.
That sucks.
That sounds like some kind of inside job, man. That sounds like some kind of Goodfellas hit. They got a tip-off, you know? Come on.
I mean, this is going to be easy to move.
Colorado authorities. This is from ABC in Denver. From Denver 7. Authorities are searching for a brazen thief or thieves who stole nearly 3,000 Nintendo Switch 2 game consoles. Remember, people were waiting in line for a week locally to get these things when they came out, what?
A couple weeks ago.
Like a week or 10 days ago, right?
It's been pretty recent.
Ripped off from the back of a semi somewhere between Washington State and Colorado. Arapahoe.
So the guy didn't know?
Yeah, Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office said yesterday in a press release that the semi-truck driver discovered the theft around 8 a.m. on June 8th in Bennett, Colorado. The suspects managed to steal 2,810 Nintendo Switch 2 game consoles with a total estimated cost of more than $1.4 million.
That's incredible.
The driver told deputies that he was doing a pre-trip inspection while his semi was parked at the Love's truck stop when he noticed that someone had broken into his trailer and removed several pallets.
So he doesn't even know when it happened.
Oh, my God. The driver told deputies he did not know what was even in the trailer, only that it was games or toys. He was traveling from Nintendo's offices in Redmond, Washington, to a GameStop store in Grapevine, Texas. Investigators say that they're still not sure whether the high-dollar cargo heist occurred in Bennett or another city where the truck was stopped. Wow. Multiple felony charges. Oh, the sheriff's office said, hey, if we catch you, it's game over.
Oh, that's great, Sheriff.
Get it? Game over.
I mean, was the guy sleeping?
That's a little trailer heist humor right there. Yeah, the Nintendo consoles are obviously a hot item. They were released on June 5th. So I don't know if they know where the hell the heist happened.
No, they have no clue.
But they left other stuff in the truck. They took the Nintendos. It's almost like
they knew.
It's almost like they were followed
from the factory.
Yeah. So if they're picking up a tractor trailer load of Nintendo Switches and they're leaving like the distribution center or the warehouse in Redmond, Washington, where Nintendo's U.S. offices are, someone's following that. They know what's in there. So they're just following the truck and looking for the right opportunity to strike, and they did. So heads up. We've got a local yokel story here, and if I'm going to give you a piece of advice, if you have an argument with your supervisor, your foreman, don't go to the construction site and shoot at him.
No,
not good. Yeah, so this idiot, Rajash Greenlee.
Come on, Rajash.
It's Rajache. I think I'm pronouncing Rajash. Rajash, whatever.
Or Rajache.
So this guy's facing felony charges, threatened to kill his former boss, and then fired a round that almost hit him. So luckily, Rajash is not a marksman, because it'd be a whole different story. Yeah, this happened at a construction site here in the Tampa Bay area, in Tampa. According to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, Greenlee pulled out a handgun, held the gun to the victim's head.
Oh, man.
And fired at him, but missed. How do you hold a gun to someone's head, pull the trigger, and miss?
How close to the head was he?
All I can say is that this boss at the construction site is one lucky SOB that this guy apparently does not know how to operate a handgun. Greenlee then apparently forced his way into the residence at the construction site. Then he started doing damage. He caused like over $1,000 in property damage. Then he stole a nail gun.
He wanted a little souvenir.
And then he got out of there. Let's rack up the charges here.
Okay.
We've got attempted murder.
Right.
We have felony burglary, right? He burgled, he stole stuff.
I guess so,
The nail gun.
Yeah, nail gun.
And then there's criminal mischief. He damaged the place. I'm sure there are other charges, but I mean, there are 3 to start with.
Have at it, boys.
Wow. Detectives at the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office identified him, and along with the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, located him and took him into custody. What a jackwagon.
Come on, Raj.
Yeah, there was even HCSO chopper video as they're trying to find the guy. And I guess they followed him into a parking lot. Yeah, so he's been, here's the actual list. I didn't see this at the bottom. Charged with attempted second-degree murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, aggravated assault, armed burglary, and robbery with a firearm. So, yeah, I mean, I had a couple of the charges.
Pretty
but
good.
even more than, I think it's like 5 or 6 on there.
It's not the way to handle it.
Load them up, baby. And I guess he was pissed off. He claimed that the construction boss owed him money or something.
Not the way to go about it.
No, that's going to be problematic. All right. This is grotesque. This happens a lot. We had a story where like somebody got on an airplane, sat down in the seat, and the whole seat was wet because somebody had peed in the seat. Here's another similar story. This is a Frontier flight. Passenger, completely horrified, reaches under her seat to grab her carry-on bag and noticed that it was soaking wet. And thought, oh, man, someone spilled a drink, a soda, water.
Oh, no.
So the passenger grabs their bag. They go to the back bathroom. They grab some, paper towels. And the liquid coming off the bag is yellow.
Oh, no.
That could have been Mountain Dew. Or
I mean, yeah.
they call it Mellow Yellow, right?
Yeah, they do.
No, this wasn't a soft drink with yellow number 3. This was yellow number P.
That's awful.
Yeah, this is terrible. Yeah, somebody in the seat in front and your bag is underneath. Somebody peed in the seat and it leaked all down into their luggage underneath. Who pees in their seat? Listen, I know that there are some people with some incontinence issues. I get it. But, that's disgusting. Yeah, this was a Seattle to Dallas flight. And family members shared a post on Reddit. Yeah, passenger's sister explained that during the flight, the backpack was stored underneath the seat and went to grab it. It was soaked and then realized that's disgusting.
It's not what you. That's not what you expect.
No.
But you know what? It does save a lot of time.
And then, speaking of air travel, this might be controversial to some people. But if Terry Bradshaw is at the airport and he comes up as a random screen job, I mean, should you really do a full body search and then take him into a private room and search all his luggage? I wonder if he had one of those SSS. If you see the 4 S's on a boarding pass, that's extra security screening.
Is that what it means?
Yeah, if you ever have 4 S's, that means extra security screening. I don't know if that's flagged at TSA when you check in before you get to X-ray. Sometimes at the gate, they would have extra security at the gate. I haven't seen that in a while. And I don't use paper boarding passes. Sometimes for international flights where you have to go to the counter, sometimes they'll give you
secondary security screening selection.
Yeah, it's SSSS. It's 4 S's. And that means that they're going to take your crap apart.
What if I told you, I bet you there's a lot of people that have no idea who Terry Bradshaw is.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. But Terry Bradshaw was the random traveler that was caught up in, I guess, a TSA extra special screening. He was at the Springfield Branson Airport in Missouri.
Oh, he went to Tony Orlando's show.
He must have been in Branson. Yeah, he was at Ray Stevens Theater.
I wouldn't mind going to that one.
Is Ray Stevens? Is he out there? Ray Stevens. He did the Streak, which is I love that song when I was a little kid. And they call him the Streak. Woo! Fastest thing on 2 feet. So Terry Bradshaw from the NFL on Fox. Brought to you by Verizon and by Taco Bell and by. Well, Terry Bradshaw is not thrilled. 76 years old. He goes through security, and he's selected for the extra security. They're patting him down. There's photos of him with his arms stretched out, his shoes off.
I mean, when you're that guy and you have this kind of notoriety, you just got to let the TSA do their job.
I don't know. Or do you
kind of blend in like everybody else?
Or are you a TSA supervisor and you say, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da? Oh, man, that's Terry Bradshaw from the NFL on Fox.
First of all, the supervisor has to see him and recognize him and then acknowledge that he's getting the extra screening. It happens pretty quickly. And then if he's getting a little lippy, then they can't back away from that.
They were even poking at his chrome dome.
Leave Terry alone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you just say, hey, it's Terry Bradshaw. We don't need to take his pants off. You know?
Apparently, Terry went to Mickey Gilley's Grand Shanghai Theater.
What? Mickey Gilley Grand Shanghai? What do the Chinese have to do with Mickey Gilley?
I don't know.
What, do they serve egg rolls there?
I'm looking at a video of the show, and it looks awesome.
What, country music and egg foo young?
Remember have you remember that Texas bar, Gilley's?
No.
It was like Urban Cowboy was filmed in it.
Yeah. So Terry Bradshaw posted, I'm not against being safe, but this is ridiculous. Yeah, he wrote and posted the video on Facebook. So he was traveling with someone that rolled video of the whole incident. And they're like laughing while they're taking Terry Bradshaw apart.
Absolutely,
at
I would
TSA
too.
in Branson, Missouri.
Good job, TSA.
Yeah, I think Branson, you say Missouri. I don't know if you say Missouri. I think Branson's more of a Missouri pronunciation versus Missouri. All right, anyway, then apparently they took him to a private room for another pat-down. They unpacked his luggage item by item. What, they think he was a mad freaking bomber?
What was he carrying? I mean, if there's nothing that alerts them to check your luggage, do they still do that extensive of a search randomly?
I guess sometimes something must have alerted. Oh, he was traveling with some C4 plastic explosives.
Well, that explains it.
No, he wasn't. I'm kidding. And what do you do? If I'm a TSA supervisor, if you recognize someone, you know it's a national figure, can the TSA supervisor just kind of say, hey, guys, it's Terry Bradshaw from Fox. The NFL on Fox. Leave him alone. Or what if Terry goes psycho and he's got all kinds of weapons in the bag and then he disrupts a flight? Then you're on the hook. So do you search Terry Bradshaw? What do you do?
He's been a little kooky lately in some of his Fox appearances.
Yeah, maybe that was it. You know what?
76 years old.
Yeah, that's what I said. So, yeah, maybe the supervisor said, you know what? For Tom Hanks, maybe we'd let him go. But Terry has acted a little nutty on set lately. I mean, maybe we do need to take him apart.
He didn't flip out. He was just frustrated. I could understand being a little frustrated with some screenings at TSA.
And then we have Bezos.
What, he gets screened by TSA too?
No. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding coming up in Venice. And I'm not talking about just south of Sarasota.
That'd be cool if it was.
Yeah, right off Tamiami Trail. Yeah. So, yeah, right off 41, Jeff Bezos' wedding down in Venice. North Venice. Actually, right near where the PGT Custom Windows factory is. No, it's Venice, Italy. But this could be problematic. Anti-Jeff Bezos protesters are vowing to disrupt the wedding. A $7 million wedding in Venice, in Italy, which, the Venetians, I don't get this. They're like trying to run tourists off. I mean, isn't that the lifeblood of Venice? Now, they're charging like a fee.
Yeah.
So they're allegedly
a city day pass fee or something.
Yeah, they're charging a fee. I got to be honest. I've been to Venice probably 3 or 4 times. I don't need to go back to Venice. Although I got to be honest, it is kind of fun. 9 o'clock in the morning, you start walking around Venice, and you go all day long, and you go into every nook and cranny, all those little alleyways, over all those little bridges, over the canals. I mean, you can literally spend days walking around Venice in all the little alleyways. So, I mean, that is kind of fun. Yeah, but if I were to pick a city in Italy where I don't need to go back, it might be Venice, because it really is, pretty touristy, but there are some things I do like.
But this is like to Venice, like who the hell do you think you are?
Well,
when tourism made your whole town.
So, and listen, that's a question of mine, that Venice needs the tourism money, and a lot of them are anti-tourist. It's kind of interesting. So, Bezos is having the wedding to Lauren Sanchez in Venice this summer, and protesters are vowing to disrupt and become nuisances and wreck the $7 million wedding. Listen to this. Some of the organizers protesting Bezos, they have said, quote, "We want Jeff Bezos' wedding guests to choke on their wedding cake." So Jeff Bezos has been granted authority by the Italian government. They're going to post snipers on rooftops and pick off the protesters.
You know what? Glad to see Italy's got this under control.
I'm kidding around. That is not authorized. That's not off. But, he's got so much money. I mean, he probably could get away with it. But
I mean, he makes one really thoughtful donation to the Venice Police Department. These protesters aren't getting anywhere near him.
Local protesters have branded the Amazon founder and his helicopter pilot fiancé oligarchs, and said they will take whatever action is necessary to spoil their fairy tale $7 million wedding, which the local mayor's office said will be held on Bezos' $500 million super yacht.
So they're not going to give him any special accommodations. He has about 30 water taxis reserved, and regular taxi and public water transportation service will continue as normal during the wedding.
I wonder what the protesters are going to do. Yeah, so the protesters have put up like posters. There's a poster of Jeff Bezos with a red clown nose on. And then tape over his eyes. And it reads, "Venice Land, a playground for the oligarchy, no space for Bezos." And they want his guests to choke on the wedding cake.
So the no space for Bezos, has like a spray paint drawing of like this wiener rocket right in the middle of it.
Yeah, that's a banner, which if you recognize that's right at St. Mark's. In fact, the Floridian Cafe is right adjacent to where you're looking at a picture right there. So right on St. Mark's, they even hung like a Bezos with a line through it, through the big clock tower in the middle of St. Mark's Square in Venice. Oh, man.
He should buy the town. Just buy the whole town.
And sink it.
That's it.
Just usher the sinking.
There you go, everybody.
Anyway, heads up.
Make it a big Amazon distribution center.
So the Amazonians...
No, the Venetians.
I'm sorry, the Venetians...
They don't want the Amazonians.
They don't want the Amazonians. Yeah, that's what I want to say. What else do we have? I think that's about it. I think I got to everything. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff that I did not get to. Oh, the Diddy trial, but I've got a lot of stuff that I can easily push off till tomorrow. I think. Hey, let me call Michelle, because she is awake. She did text me.
I think this is a mistake.
No, I want to see how our mental health break day from the MJ Morning Show is going. Oh, I think they're going to get breakfast. Oh, she might be driving right now.
What, are they at the place?
I don't know. Let me look at Life 360. Near Southdale Mabry. That's where Julian and... Let me see where they are. Oh, I see exactly where they are. What, they're not going to pick up the phone?
Yes, not.
Jeez, come on. Let me call Julian's phone. Yeah, they're at breakfast. I know exactly where they are. They're getting a giant freaking blueberry pancake, which is Julian?
Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Julian. Is Mom getting that giant blueberry pancake that she can only eat like 8% of it?
No, we're sleeping.
I see where you are. You're on Southdale Mabry.
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
we're at Delicious Kiki's right now.
I know. So I knew you were at Kiki's. Hey, give Mom the phone for a sec.
All right, we're getting loaded, so you're gonna have to come pick us up.
Take an Uber.
All right, hold on.
All right, put Mom on the phone.
Hello.
Hey, I'm about ready to shut the show down. How is your
Shut it down.
how was your mental health break morning? Was it good?
It was absolutely fantastic.
Michelle took a mental health break from the MJ Morning Show and slept in.
Now I can go home and get a lot of stuff done because I'm rested and I'm not fatigued from 4 hours of, that.
Of blabber?
Yeah.
All it was today was a lot of blabber.
Aren't you excited?
Yeah.
Aren't you excited, Michelle, that the Nielsen radio ratings came out yesterday and the MJ Morning Show was #1 in the market again for May?
I think that's fantastic.
And listen, you're on the show for a good spell now. I mean, you probably factor into that a little bit.
Just having fun. We're just having fun.
Yeah, we're just having fun. So, yeah, if you haven't heard, the Nielsen radio ratings came out, and the MJ Morning Show #1 for May. The May ratings just came out, and that's on the heels that we were #1 persons 25 to 54 morning drive back in April as well. So 2 months in a row. So listen, I'm going to enjoy it now because next month we could be off a cliff. We could be in the toilet at number 22. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, enjoy your mental health break. You'll be back tomorrow, right?
Sure.
You heard it right here. Michelle back tomorrow morning on the MJ Morning Show.
That didn't sound very convincing. Sure.
Hey, are you ordering that giant buttermilk blueberry pancake that's like 8 times the size of your head?
No, we're getting French toast this morning.
Oh, French toast. All right. Well, enjoy your breakfast. I'll see you when I get home.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right. So Michelle took a mental health break day from the MJ Morning Show. We got to roll. Oh, I mentioned Diddy. Yeah, what was the Diddy thing?
What was the Diddy thing? Karen Reed trial hasn't come back yet.
There was Karen Reed. So, Michelle, I think there'll be a verdict today. I think there'll be a verdict today in the Karen Reed trial. And in the Diddy trial, the judge is pissed. Apparently, there's been a leak. So, some stuff has leaked out from the trial. And some stuff that should not have leaked, I guess, was in closed quarters or in chambers or something that shouldn't have leaked has leaked out, and the judge is pissed in the Diddy trial. And now there's a second juror that might be booted off.
Oh man, it leaked out like an open bottle of baby oil.
Yeah, like that the cap wasn't on tight.
Just like it was tilted on its side.
Exactly.
Just oozed all over the place.
Got to put that cap on, man.
What a mess.
It'll take you 1 extra second to screw that cap on tightly.
Save you so much time.
Yeah. Because you know what? The baby oil stains, man.
Oof.
Those are a pain in the ass to clean up. We got to roll, folks. 9:53 at the MJ Morning Show. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. If you need to get a hold of me, my private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me right now. I need 3 new followers right now. That's it, just 3. I'm not going to be a piggy. All I need is 3 new followers. If you don't follow me, all I need is 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 new followers. Give me a follow at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And we'll see you back here tomorrow morning, and have a good day, and let's be careful out there.
Hear the latest MJ Morning Show podcast on the Q105 app, powered by Anna Jar and Levine.